We rolling?
I guess so.
Oh, we're here at All-Star Weekend in person in Indiana. When did you think would be your first time coming to Indiana? Did you ever see it happening?
No, I didn't. I listen. This place is different for sure. I had no idea what to expect of Indiana.
I didn't expect it to be snowing. I'll tell you that. Coming from Los Angeles, I haven't experienced sub 55-degree weather in like a year. So I'm not built for what's outside right now.
No, you saw snow outside and you're like, oh my God, what's going on? End of the world.
Yeah, man. Oh, man. But yeah, like I said, we're here at Radio in Indiana, filming our show at All-Star Weekend. I know before this, Trae Young's podcast was filming. I don't know if any of you guys were here for that one, got to see both shows. This is going to be very different. This is going to be less serious, much more nonsense, much less professionalism. But it'll be fun. It'll be great.
It's everything that we thrive in.
Yeah, exactly. You know? It's just quintessential us.
Thanks.
Let's do it. Yeah, man. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm here to talk about serious basketball.
Yeah, so the main topic of today's show is the winners and losers of the NBA season. So we're going to go through, spread some positivity for some people who deserve a little bit of, a spotlight on their season, who've been great, but also some negativity on those who have been, in the news for the wrong reasons this year. But before we get to that, we're going to start off by doing something that used to be a staple of the show in the early days, but we haven't done in a while.
Yeah.
We're going to react to some hot takes.
Let's go.
The cranium is crazy. Oh my God.
I mean, I really don't know what to say.
Crayon eaters rejoice.
Let's go. We do this on the stream now as well. Some of them have been great. Some of them have been awful. We'll see. we'll see what the people got.
A mixture of quality of takes.
Exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, man, real simple. I'm going to show you some NBA hot takes. You let me know if they're a W or an L.
All right.
First off, we got Thompson Pierce saying, Luka is very easily the most valuable player in the league this year.
That's a good take, I would say.
If he didn't put easily, I would say it's a good take.
But it's supposed to be hot, so I think it's a good hot take.
Okay, you're right. Yeah, all right, W then.
I could see a world in which this is true. Like, if Luka wasn't on that roster, we would be watching the Detroit Pistons, except in the West, in Dallas.
We've seen Derek Jones Jr. playing Ukilling basketball.
Yeah.
Go between the legs.
It'll be bad.
Would not be fun. But, I mean, L take. He's not going to win MVP. So, if we're going off that metric, L take. But if you're going actually what it means to be most valuable, then I can see it being a W.
But even if you're going off of the quote unquote narrative and all that stuff, and we talked about it last time, there's no reason why he shouldn't be top 3. Yeah. Right. With the way that the Mavs are surging again, and I don't think that Giannis should hold a place in the top 3 right now. And so I guess if that's my hot take, then I'll take it. But I think that this is very clearly a W take.
You think it's very clearly a W take that he's easily the most valuable player?
Yeah.
It's a hot take.
Right,
you don't like the word
if
easily?
We're rating it on, most if we're rating it on a hot take, then yeah.
Okay, so it's a W in terms of being a hot take, but L in terms of being true?
Listen, you're complicating this too much. It's a hot take.
Yeah.
All right. W take, there you go. You win. Next up, we have this guy with a long name and a bunch of numbers. Next year, the Lakers will move on from LeBron James and the Anthony Davis era.
This is a W take. I've been saying this for a while. They are not going to be in the championship contention next year, much less this year. And so 100%, they should look into trading LeBron and Anthony Davis, rebuilding, because they're the Lakers. They're going to get another star eventually. It's going to be okay.
That's tough. See, you got me, the LeBron James part's cool, but the Anthony Davis part's what's really the rush to go ahead and get rid of him too? I understand the logic behind it, yeah, what's the point? He's older and we're trying to get on this new wave. You got 3 first-round picks. But Anthony Davis, too, sounds a little bit steep.
I'm going to be honest with you. This is only happening if LeBron James decides to leave. His opt-in for this year is $52 million. Do you know LeBron James is the type of man to turn down $52 million?
He's not.
Neither do I. I don't expect him to be the type of man anytime soon. This is an L take. He's not going anywhere because his son plays in LA. He loves being there for movies, all the stuff that he does, wants to be a Laker forever, all yada, yada, yada. End of the day, he's not walking away from $52 million. I can tell you that.
Will it happen? Probably not. Should it? Yes.
That's a different question.
It should happen.
Yeah. I can see that. We talked about it at length. As a Lakers fan, I'm sad. I have not been enjoying the season. I have not been enjoying anything basketball related for the past 6 months, or really since the in-season tournament. So I guess I had 2 weeks of hope where I was like, oh, maybe we're going to make a run. Didn't last.
I told you. I told you, and I'm basking in it. It's amazing.
You just want to rub it in?
Yeah. It's great.
I can't wait till the Knicks fall off. All right, man. I'll take Next one.
For sure.
Wemby is already a top 5 defender. Almost no one can beat him one-on-one.
This was your burner account, wasn't it?
Liar. W take. Wemby is already a top 2 rim protector in the NBA. Incredibly mobile. The 7'4" frame. Can block any shot. I don't see how he doesn't go down as one of the greatest defenders of all time.
You're right. It's a W take. I think like if we were going pound for pound, right, regardless of who else is on the floor with you, you can make the argument that Wemby's the best defender in the league. Like there's a conversation to be had, and it's just the fact that he's playing with other guys who aren't defensively minded on the Spurs. But no, he's amazing.
Yeah, for sure. We've never seen guys at literally his size be able to affect the game in a multitude of ways and deter hella shots. And with the way he just reach out his arm and someone's already bothered by it, you know?
If he was in Chet's place on the Oklahoma City Thunder with a Shea, Lou Dort,
he'd be all NBA.
He would be the DPOY probably as a rookie.
Yeah.
Like, we'd be looking at like a Tim Duncan type start to a career where immediately the best defender in the league.
Please, right now, Chet is like top 3, top 4 in DPOY odds. And so Chet's already getting that type of love.
Yeah.
Like you said, if Wemby's in that situation, he's probably winning.
Too bad he's stuck watching Keldon Johnson give up backdoor cuts all day.
It's terrible.
Running around trying to put out 6 fires at play.
I feel bad
Sick.
for him.
Yeah. Not great, but he's coming. W take though.
Facts.
But all right, I only had 3, so that's only hot takes we got. I think after that we get into the meat potatoes of the episode. Before we get to the unserious stuff, let's talk about the winners and losers of the NBA season this year.
Let's do it.
Let's go one by one, each of us giving a winner and a loser, kind of like put a blend of positivity and negativity. You know?
Yeah.
You want to go first, Donovan?
Yeah.
Who's your first winner of the season?
My first winner of the season is very clearly the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Okay. Interesting. Okay, explain.
I think that the Thunder are in their house money season, where outside of them getting swept in the playoffs, nobody honestly cares about the results of this year, right? They could win a championship or they could lose in the first round, and it's okay because they're better than what everybody expected them to. Shea is an MVP caliber player. Chet is rookie of the year caliber, right? He's all-star caliber. J-Dub he's taking a leap. Everybody on their team is taking a step forward, and they are at the top of the West. Once again, nobody thought they were going to be there. They can do no wrong, and it's just the most positive situation in the NBA. So yeah, they're very clearly the winners.
Were they on your list, Mo?
No, because I knew like one of us were gonna have to put them on there, so I'm like, I don't want to go ahead and double dip. But you're absolutely right about that. They are one of the biggest winners of the season so far. Sam Presti. I call him Scam Presti. That is his real name. Scam Presti's no longer Sam.
Yeah.
Biggest scammer in the NBA, and he deserves that title 110%.
I'm glad you said that. On my list, I didn't put the Thunder. We talked about Shea at length. We talked about J-Dub, all this. I put Sam Presti specifically. This man, Jalen Williams is a star. Clearly in the making. Maybe next year, maybe the year after that. Whenever it may come, he will make all-star games. Multiple for years to come. We know Chet is Chet. Shea is Shea. The fact that Jalen Williams has blossomed into this, and this is a player that he got via the Los Angeles Clippers trade, sending Paul George away. He got Shea and J-Dub in one trade. This year is just like vindication for this plan working for Sam Presti. He can look up every day and realize that the Clippers blessed him with a decade of relevance for his team, the quintessential how to build a contender with a small market. He's by far the biggest winner, I think. And
he still has 30 draft picks to play around with. Like they are not done. And when you get into the next 2-3 years and contracts start coming up, they are going to be in prime position to rebuild and to retool as easily as possible.
Yeah, effortlessly. Similar to what they did with receiving Gordon Hayward during the trade deadline.
True. Yeah.
And just like recycling someone like Trey Mann, even though like we all know he's a good player, just doesn't get burned because it doesn't make sense to interact and interfere with that core. But I can just easily imagine a constant rinse and repeat young players who just don't necessarily fit exactly what OKC needs at that moment in time. So biggest winners.
How many big threes right now are better than Shea, Jalen Williams, Chet? Even in year one. Like 5 maybe? Like that's got to be a top 5 big three.
A lot of teams don't have all-NBA worthy, future all-NBA worthy, of course, because Chet and J-Dub not making it. A lot of teams aren't that deep. So they're top tier.
To be a top 3 big three, not even young core anymore, contending core when 2 of those people are either a second-year player or a rookie, ridiculous team building. Like I know like a lot of us were up here talking about like they need to make a big move. They need to find a Larry Markkinen.
It was you, not a lot of us.
Yes, yeah.
All right. Larry wasn't available, but if he was, I would have stood on that shit. They needed to get Larry Markkinen if they could. But the fact that they don't have to do something like that, and they can just ride it out with their young core and be in contention year one of having that full young core, it's ridiculous. Like, very few GMs in NBA history have set up their team that well.
And listen, Scam Presti is going to do another move.
Just keep saying it every time.
Yeah, I mean, it's his name now. But like, if he can make a move to get a lot of assets back for Josh Giddey, who we've all talked about is actively hurting their offense, and Gordon is there to replace him in closing lineups and do all that stuff. But if you can get him out the picture and now get another player off the bench into your rotation, that is just going to further everything that they do in the next coming years. And I expect nothing less than for Presti to make a move like that.
Yeah. I wish they would have shipped Josh Giddey to Charlotte. Like, I've said in many Timer episodes that I think the Thunder are like as good as the Clippers, as good as whoever you want to put in the West outside the Nuggets. And like, I can see them being in the conference finals. I'm beginning to be a little worried about it because they are seemingly as committed to Josh Giddey as they are to anybody. It's like they're sacrificing so much for his development because they see a long-term vision in which he's the perfect piece to play next to all their stars or whatever. He is actively bad on offense and defense right now. Teams ignore him offensively. He's a cone defensively that gets attacked, isn't spacing the floor, even though he like can shoot like a 36% from three or whatever, which seems flawed. Okay. It's because he's wide open every time and brings no gravity as a shooter. The weakest defender there. His passing isn't as good as it used to be. His rim scoring isn't as good as it used to be.
No, he fell off.
So what does he do?
He takes up space.
He has nice hair. I don't know. Listen, he's there. He could be the reason that we look up and they're down 2-1 in the playoff series because the Josh Giddey minutes are destroying them, and Mark Daigneault decided to close a pivotal game 2 with him. Mm-hmm. And it was clear to everybody involved watching the game that he shouldn't have been in the closing lineup. I can just envision that happening against like the Timberwolves or something, and he just gets abused. And now we're looking up and we're like, the reason they're not going to fulfill their potential in year one is because of the commitment to Josh Giddey.
Yeah.
Damn. That's tough. That's
very tough. Letting him be the reason? Jesus Christ.
Yeah. But outside of that, listen, the year's been fantastic. And so shout out to them. Major winner.
There you go. Who's your first loser?
My first loser is the referees.
The referees?
Wow.
The referees. I think that this year, and so like the league came out with, they've said that on a per game basis, there's actually like less errors from the referees. But it feels like every week there's at least one call that is massively controversial. Yeah. And so at least in public opinion, they are down horrendously. There's always seems to be a situation, right? Most recently, there was the Rockets-Knicks game where they called the foul on Jalen Brunson, and then it cost the Knicks the game. Afterwards, they're like, yeah, we messed up on that one. And listen,
I was about to say,
I didn't have this. You didn't have them on the list until like that game happened.
I was about to say, you're one biased motherfucker.
It's all about the Knicks.
This is because of the Knicks.
Listen, if the Knicks right now are protesting that loss, how in the history of the NBA, protesting the loss, and they actually might win the protest. Like that's how bad it's been. But also, but it's with that.
We want our 50 seconds back.
It's with the technicals that they give people just by seemingly looking at them, but for hanging on the rim, this and that. I think that the referees this year haven't done a fantastic job of just not getting in the way. Right? It always seems like when something is going on, one referee wants to step in and be like, well, now it's my time to shine. Like, I want to be involved, and that's just not your job.
They're definitely one of the biggest losers in the court of public opinion. So that's definitely true. Being a referee right now is probably the most stressful it's ever been in NBA history with the amount of pressure on social media.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's tough. I can agree with that slightly.
Listen, I'm just bringing in current events to what we're doing. Is it my fault that the Knicks are involved in, a refereeing scandal? No, it's not my fault, right? But like
character syndrome.
This is what they do. This is what the referees do.
I think it's a little bit overblown. I think it's a hard job.
Of course you do.
Every year we say this.
We focus on the mess ups more than we do the 99% of plays where things are perfectly fine. And I think the bigger issues people have with the rules, not necessarily how they're being enforced, which conversation for another day. But I feel like it's become like a very big symptom of like NBA Twitter brain to blame everything on the refs. Every single fan base swears there's a vendetta against them for everything. And most of the time it's just ridiculous. Unless you're playing the Lakers, in which is probably true. Outside of that, I think most fan bases are incredibly dramatic about referees. But as a Knicks fan, you have a gripe to have
There's like 2 or 3 fan bases where I actually think it can be like true. I think the Lakers are one where like if you're playing against the Lakers, you're not going to get that call. sometimes, like, even Warriors fans, like, you're probably not going to get that.
No, I think Warriors fans are the worst of the drama. They swear Steph is a pariah that the NBA world hates, and they just refuse to give him a call because they're a team that's awful at attacking the rim, generates no rim pressure, and every game they're like, why do we only have 7 free throws? The other team has 30. Because you have Chris Paul, Steph Curry, and Podziemski as your main ball handlers, all of which don't get to the rim like that. Well, I mean, Steph does, but he's not a huge foul drawer, and even if he is good at that, 2 through 7 on the roster generate no rim pressure. Of course, they don't get a lot of free throws.
You're not watching the cum bucket play basketball? Johnathan Kuminga doesn't move
you're
you?
Crazy for that.
Speaking of that,
you're crazy for that.
Move you?
Speaking of the cum bucket, my first winner of the 2023 NBA season is the cum bucket himself, Johnathan Kuminga.
Y'all are wild for that. y'all are crazy.
Nice.
Y'all are crazy.
Listen, never has there been a more successful calling out of your boss than the cum buckets. When he went to the mass media, his agent put it out there.
Y'all better call that man by his name. we can't go 2.5 hours calling him that.
Oh, but I can. But Johnathan Kuminga went to the media and called out Steve Kerr in a very blatant, wild thing to see from a young player, where he was basically like, I can do more. You're not giving me the minutes. I'm going to make it very clear to the public that I think I can do more because I have a contract coming up pretty soon and I want to earn that money and I need the opportunity to show I can earn that money. Since then, in the last, 16 games, he went from averaging 12 points per game to 21.6 on 57% from the field and 44% from three. He has been everything he swore to us he could be. He saw the vision. He knew himself. He knew that if you gave me shots, I can be a go-to scorer as a second option. I can be what you got from Andrew Wiggins in 2021 as a big wing who can do self-creation on the side while being a good spot-up shooter. He's great at harnessing his athleticism and getting to the rim in a very like clunky way. His handle's kind of funny to look at, but very effective as a scorer now. I just think he has to be a winner. Like, he earned himself so much money by just like telling the boss he doesn't know what the hell he's talking about.
Yeah, no, he's a major winner because like literally 30 minutes after he complained about his boss, his homie Moses Moody did the same thing. And ever since then, I ain't seen Moses Moody ever again. I don't know what the Warriors did to him, but hey, free him, bro.
They sent him to the shadow realm and gave all the minutes to Kuminga.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like unfair, but nah, Johnathan Kuminga, he's quite literally a fresh breath of air, and he's a big part of the reason why, alongside like Draymond Green playing immaculate basketball, shooting threes well, being like one of the 5 best defenders in the NBA, doing that natural stuff. Johnathan Kuminga is that new punch, fresh breath of air, that offensive like uniqueness that they need, to go ahead and revive and turn around their season.
Donovan, if you had to guess, what do you think Johnathan Kuminga's field goal percentage at the rim is right now?
You're asking me, so I guess it's going to be kind of high. I'm going to say like 71%.
75.
Ooh.
Do you know what Giannis Antetokounmpo shot last year at the rim?
74.
75.
Damn.
Wow.
Obviously, it's different. He's a higher volume guy that attacks different types of mismatches. Giannis is Giannis, so like the volume's different. 95th percentile for wings at 75% at the rim. Yeah. Legitimately one of the better rim finishers in the league. I think Luka's at like 76, who's like the standard for rim finishing for a player that size.
Yeah.
Kuminga genuinely has an elite skill in that way that someone like Moody doesn't have. That's why he's getting the minutes and Moody is in Guangdong.
Yeah, it's ridiculous that it took Johnathan Kuminga calling out Steve Kerr after years of him riding the bench, especially because the Warriors have needed a second punch like this with Clay's decline, Andrew Wiggins forgetting how to play basketball, Jordan Poole going to Washington.
Shadow realm.
Yeah, true. they needed somebody who can come in and get 17 at least, right, and just help Steph out for the last part of his prime, and for Kerr to look on the bench and see this like 6'7", 6'8" dude who's extremely athletic. I know, and just look down and be like, nah, I'm good. I'm okay. I'm
gonna play Corey Joseph instead.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
That's my small forward.
It's ridiculous. So yeah, shout out to him, and he got the haircut too, which also helped.
Yeah, which also coincides
in my
with
opinion.
everything. Listen,
so
remember when Kyrie was struggling with the Celtics and he cut his hair and he came out hooping?
People think it's fake. Like
same thing happened with Jason Tatum too.
Yeah,
if you are struggling, go get a lineup. And you will average at least 5 points more.
People were calling him Mickey Mouse, and then he came out here and dropped 30 every night.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But yeah, it's just interesting because the Warriors have been unbelievably mid for most of the year. Mm-hmm. But over the last 12 games or so, they've really turned it around. You said Draymond Green's been playing well. That's a huge reason why. He came back. He stopped doing his mischievous acts of violence. And since then, he's been incredible as a full-time center. They benched Looney because they realized the spacing's never going to work because Andrew Wiggins can't shoot anymore. We need Draymond on the court. We can't afford to have another big there. Draymond's been incredible as a full-time center. We're kind of just like seeing the small ball Draymond stuff we see in the playoffs, but unlocked full-time, which creates a space for Kuminga. They're so bad, like I said, because they don't get to the rim. They get to the rim 4% more when Kuminga's on the court. So not like he makes them a great rim scoring team,
but it's better.
Clear answer
it's
to
another
the
option.
problem they have.
Yeah, it's another option, man. It's another option, and it's quite cool to see. And it's also like really cool to see Draymond just revive himself after the last few seasons. He's been good, of course, but this season, I think he has another offensive gear and punch to him. He's shooting like 40% from 3-point line.
Yeah.
Still putting up like 9 points or whatever, but those 9 points, you feel that 9 points more. If you see Draymond Green hit a half-court shot, if I saw him hit a half-court shot on my team, I'm going home that night, taking Advils to rest the pain away. Like, this is ridiculous.
I'm buying lottery tickets.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
It's wild.
All right, we'll move on to my first loser. I'm going to go with the Pistons young core because they were very promising, right? We all came into it and we were like, Kate Cunningham's going to be a star when he gets healthy. Jaden Ivey's a promising young guard. We all like Jalen Duren, quintessential rim running big man. They drafted Asar Thompson, who we all like. Like the pieces on paper made so much sense. Then they hired Monty Williams, who spent 20 games making Jaden Ivey his 13th man in his rotation, getting DMP coach decisions, while Killian Hayes 25 minutes a night.
Scammer of the year.
The decisions he's made, and I'm sure he's good at his job. He got a lot of money because he brought the Suns to relevancy when they had a solid young core. He brought in a culture of winning and all this stuff. Happens to coincide with Chris Paul getting in there too. I don't know who was responsible for what, but that got Monty Williams paid, and he's came to Detroit and proceeded to do the exact opposite of what he's supposed to be good at.
Yeah,
it's been absurd.
Yeah, it's terrible. And I'm just realizing Troy Weaver sat here and he quite literally traded every single player that Monty Williams was in favor of. Couldn't trade Killian Hayes. Fuck it, cut him, bro. Sorry. See you later, buddy. All right, Isaiah Livers. Sorry, man. Can't shoot like that.
He was starting both of them at once.
Yeah, giving James Wiseman opportunity over guys like not Jalen Duren, but what's his name? Yeah, one of their bigs. Just he just doesn't deserve that much opportunity over guys like a Marvin Bagley, who's gone now too. So
it's just him too.
all down bad. It's all down bad.
Yeah, listen, we can discuss Troy Weaver's performance as the GM at length, very up and down. But listen, he's the one that hired Monty Williams, and maybe Monty Williams will figure it out. He's said that he's listening. Jaden Ivey's thriving now. He's starting. But the fact that it took so long and he had to be convinced to give Jaden Ivey minutes, not start Jaden Ivey. He had to be convinced to give him minutes.
Yeah.
That's absurd.
Yeah. And he went in and dropped damn near 40 just a couple nights ago. And so Monty Williams, he's definitely on watch.
Yeah. I mean, is it? So I'm asking, is it the young cores? Are they the losers? I guess they're the losers by default because they had to deal with Monty. But I think Monty Williams should be the one that we're looking at, and he should be the loser of the year. The only reason why we're not saying you're the loser of the year is because you are now the highest paid coach in NBA history, and you have a bag on the other side of it, whether you get fired or not. But he, like you just laid out, all of his decisions are the reasons why we haven't even been given the opportunity to see if Jaden Ivey can actually play. We can't see if Cade Cunningham can actually lead a team because the situation around him is so bad.
Yeah, it's getting better now, so we're starting to see that opportunity. And when I did the hot takes, I tweeted out this morning, give me your hot takes. Some of them were like, Jaden Ivey might be better than Cade Cunningham, low key.
That's tough.
Which
those conversations must be had
later. But the fact that that's a possibility now, and Jaden Ivey's playing that well, and he wasn't getting playing time earlier in the season, it's mind-boggling. What were they doing?
Yeah, Monty Williams' resume over the last 3 years is just not looking good. Getting your backs blown out not once but twice in the playoffs over the last 2 years. Then now you just put up a horrific coaching game plan and performance out there. It's just not looking good at all.
Listen, I respect a good bag getter though, so scam away. If you can scam the Pistons for the biggest contract in coaching history, do it. I don't care if you're doing a bad job afterwards. He wins.
Speaking of scamming, I got my first winner.
Okay.
Thanasis Antetokounmpo. He is living every man's dream right now. He is hooping his ass off, getting burn time. He has a podcast called 40 Minutes ago. You find out what's called Thanalysis,
which is
hard as ever.
Incredible
and he's
name.
also looking after his younger brother, Hoop. Who wouldn't want to have that job? He's a winner.
I'm
jealous. I'm not jealous for a lot of things, but Thanasis, I wish I was him.
He really has an ideal life. Is he the ideal man right now?
He might be. To be honest with you, bro. He's commanding the ball late in the fourth quarter.
You know how nice it is to get paid millions and have podcasting be your main focus outside of the court? You just think about being the enforcer, clapping on the sidelines, doing your job in your limited role, and then chatting it up on the internet. That's awesome. He's the biggest winner for sure.
He could put out a horrific performance every single night. And what are they going to do about it?
Nothing.
You want to trade me? My brother, he's going to put you in a headlock. You can't do that.
You want to talk about job security?
Yeah, exactly, bro.
Listen, he can hit the sham guy whenever. I think he can have a highlight once every like 6 months and he's going to be okay. Like, that's a good winner. I like that.
No, it is funny though. Robin Lopez got traded. I wonder. I think I heard Zach Lowe make this point where he was like, "These look like the two most job secure people in the league. One is gone. What is the analysis thinking?
Yeah.
Is he scared? That's good.
Hilarious, bro.
Who's your biggest loser for the year?
Staying on the same team, the Milwaukee Bucks.
So everybody's down, but the analysis is up.
The analysis is up, bro. He's up like a mug, man. Yeah. Since the Doc Rivers era, I mean, everyone knew that firing came out so sudden, and it kind of like threw a wrench into everyone's plans, especially Milwaukee Bucks and Giannis and Dame. That Giannis and Dame pairing hasn't been looking like anything. They don't hoop together on the court. They don't look like a duo. Yeah. It looks like they're just like literally on the court at the same time, and they happen to be wearing the same jersey. You know what I'm saying? It's not like
they're coworkers. They're not
exactly.
Teammates.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it feels like. I don't know how they are off the court, but on the court, there's no synergy or anything like that between them.
They just lost to the Grizzlies. The Gigi Jackson show took another victim.
Oh my God.
Do you care about anything that happens during All-Star Week, though?
Not a one bit.
True.
Doc Rivers came out after that game and said half our guys were in Cancun. He was right. The week before All-Star break is always full of just absurd fuckery where teams aren't trying. Young players, can take advantage of this. Gigi Jackson can drop 30 on you. He didn't have 30, but you know what I mean? Like, you go crazy. Take that with a grain of salt. But even outside of this week, they haven't been good. And the Doc Rivers era is not starting promising.
And I've been calling this shit out since like 3-4 weeks into the season. I'm like, this shit just doesn't feel right. Chris Middleton had to work himself into playing shape, which is normal. Came off of injuries, getting up there with age. Normal, cool. No one cares about that. But as time goes on and on and on and on and on, you start to see their defenses looks like really wonky. Oh my God, they're giving up so many transition points. What the heck is going on with Damian Lillard? He doesn't look the same whatsoever. He's not that all-star that, you know what I'm saying, we witness and hope that he would be. So they're just like 3-7 in this Doc Rivers era. Everything's just looking so down bad for him right now.
Yeah, they're definitely, regardless of what the record says, and I think Mo and I have been on it. You've been a little bit more patient with them, throughout the season, but I think that I've kind of been off the bandwagon of thinking that this team is gonna, make a deep run every year. Like, there's teams where you look at and you get to the playoffs and people just kind of expect like, oh, you just gonna turn it on. But the only reason why you're thinking that is because you look on paper and you have Giannis, you have Dame, but outside of name recognition, that team hasn't shown you over the last 6 months that they are trustworthy to win in a playoff setting, right? To do all the dirty work and stuff like that. It wouldn't shock me at all if we get to the playoffs and the Bucks lose in the first round, right? That wouldn't shock. Like Mo said, they don't look like they are together. And maybe after the All-Star break, they just need time away, and Doc Rivers can actually get time to put in whatever he wants, talk to the team, do all that type of stuff. But right now, it looks like a failure. You traded away Drew Holiday, and for Dame, you understood that you were going to have worse defense for better offense. That's the trade-off. And the offense is still good. But the process right now just feels a little bit flawed with how they're going about it.
Are you saying Pat Bev doesn't move you? He doesn't replace Drew Holiday in your mind?
I mean, he doesn't replace Drew Holiday.
I think the Milwaukee Bucks are the only team in the NBA with 2-player podcasts, the Analysis and the Pat Bev pod. That doesn't move you.
Is that true?
That does. Are they the only one?
Do you? But and that moves me. That moves me. No, but that may further my point. How much podcasting do you want on a certain team? Right. I think you can only have one podcast. There's just too much
quota.
Yeah, it's a podcast quota. It's just too much. And I don't know. I do think that this team is halfway cooked.
2 podcasters and a rapper.
Who's a rapper?
Dame is not a rapper. He is not a rapper.
You're a hater to your core.
Stop that.
I can't believe it. But they're weird because, like you said, they traded offense for defense. We all knew this would be the thing. Their offense is legitimately great. It has been all year. And we believed in other teams that were offensive slanted. It's just it's so strange to see it from a Bucks team who's expected to be great defensively. So I feel like we focus a little too much on the weakness, not the strength that, had them at the 2 seed, even with their humongous coaching flaws and lack of cohesion. That's still going to be there. The biggest flaw to me is that, like you said, they feel very disconjointed with Damian Lillard and Giannis. Giannis does not want to play like Anthony Davis. He is not trying to set screens, roll to the rim, do that, which obviously Dame needs. He wants to be LeBron. He wants to be the ball handler. He has to find out find it within himself to accept a role of doing some kind of hybrid so they can actually hit this, pinnacle. And maybe it's not even that he doesn't want to. Maybe he's not good at it. He's talked at length about he's not used to being in that role. He sets a screen. They double dame every time. He catches the ball down low in the short roll, immediately gets double teamed. He's not used to making those passing reads and kicking out of the corner. He doesn't know how to fight off the double teams and get to a shot without having to give it to Jay Crowder in the corner every time. It's a big learning curve. But despite that, they've still been a top 5 offense all year. So do you think that come playoff time, come 30 more games with the new coach, do you see those issues being solved at all, getting better? Because if you do, that's a crazy ceiling of an offense that they're this good without even figuring it out.
Solved and being better are two different things.
Yeah.
And do I think they can be better? Yes. Because the more you just play with somebody, you're going to get better. But to get to where they want to go, they need to solve these things, right? If they're going to go and play Boston in a 7-game series, they're going to need to have this solved. If Joel Embiid is back and they play the Sixers, they need this solved, right? If the Knicks are healthy, that's gonna be an issue for them, right? It's gonna be at least a tough series.
You still the Knicks in there?
Yeah, exactly. We know this
fucking guy.
But I actually agree with him. Nah,
no, you're right.
If there was gonna be a time in a season where like they do once again,
it's gonna be a lot of Knicks talk today. Understand that. Understand that.
I'm over it.
If there's gonna be a season where they do get upset, could be this year once again, bro. Because
it was also last year.
Yeah, also in last year, but Indiana got better, of course. We have to imagine the Miami Heat are going to get better once all the riffles get settled, once Jimmy gets back and Terry Rozier gets good again. But yeah, like this is very scary for me. And if I'm a Milwaukee Bucks fan, I'd be in shambles.
Yeah, I think they can make a run with their defensive deficiencies, but it has to be, like you said, the issues with Dame and Giannis have to be solved. They have to be clicking at full cylinders, unstoppable pick and roll, where they can just straight up outshoot you with the second best player in the world on one side and the 12th best player in the world on the other side. Like that deal has to be at their peak to make up for this defensive deficiency.
See? And that's an issue. Damian Lillard doesn't look nearly at his peak whatsoever. And if he's not, then those dreams.
A big part of that, though, is because of what we're saying, that his life, what he does well, is not being prioritized or put in a good position. Like he's having to do a lot more ISO than he's used to. The pick and roll isn't nearly as effective. He's not getting to spots, as well as, the off-court distractions that are currently affecting his personal life and stuff. Yeah. So we can't know how much that affects it. But, there's a world where you can imagine he gets better because the team is better suited to let him thrive.
I hope, because the worst possible thing you could have is a cranky Giannis. Next thing you know, he's going to be on TD3 along with the Nazis, probably talking about some, man, I need to go ahead and get a new team because I want to win and all this other stuff. He did that literally last year. Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
All right, who's your next winner, Donovan? We'll move back to positivity.
Let's go. I have 2 winners and 1, and these are 2 guys that I had completely given up on, and they've revived themselves. It's Karl-Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert.
My God. Wow. I can't reach you to dap you up. Rudy Gobert is on my list of winners.
Look, I agree. Same time.
Listen, Cat is a guy where, like, after last season, all of us thought Cat was going to be the one who was going to be moved just because they gave up all the draft capital for Rudy, right? He kind of doesn't necessarily fit. He stepped his play up and he fits into what they're doing now, and he's been playing some fantastic basketball. He's an all-star now, right? Probably should have given this to somebody else, like Rudy Gobert, right? Like Rudy Gobert, but he is an all-star, and he's been playing well. Rudy Gobert, at the end of last season, probably had the lowest trade value ever, and even for a guy who already had negative narratives around him, he probably even lower than that. And he's going to win Defensive Player of the Year this year.
Yep.
The bounce back from those 2 guys, to have Minnesota as the 1 seed, to have them as a legitimate threat to beat the Nuggets and to maybe get to the finals, that's a huge turnaround for a team that I don't think any of us thought that they were going to be top 5, top 6, right?
Man, was I hating on this team.
Yeah.
And we all agree. Everybody was down on Cat, us included. We're no different. We didn't see this coming. The Rudy Gobert talk is hilarious. People hate that man for no reason. They just think he's auralist and don't like watching him play.
Auralist.
So he has the shortest leash for public opinion. 2 years ago and before that, he was DPOY caliber with the Jazz. Nobody liked them, but you got to give it to him. They're winning. They're like the Jazz were the 1 seed in 2019 or something like that. They're obviously worthy of respect. You can hate on them, but you can only do so much to discredit them. Then the Terrence Mann thing happened where the game plan was leave him open. He hit a million threes, and people just decided that was Rudy Gobert's fault. They were just like, you got shit on by Terrence Mann. That was always a weird narrative that wasn't really aligned with reality. Yeah. But obviously everybody took the opportunity to tear him down, right? came back, had a better year. He was kind of like at a point where he can go either way. And then last year, he just looked slightly worse. And people acted like he was Hasheem Thabit. People were acting like he was James Wiseman. They were acting like he was cooked last year. They were praying on his downfall, and it happened, and they were dancing on his grave. And then this year, when he comes back and plays DPOY again, not a peep. It's just like, everyone's like, all right, got to give it to him again.
Yeah.
Like, it's hilarious.
Yeah, like, it's funny because anytime you hear any NBA team talk about the Minnesota Timberwolves, all they talk about is how big they are on the defensive end and just how they just get in the way of things. The reigning NBA champions, Nikola Jokic. Why'd you do that?
keep going.
Nikola Jokic, he was like, yeah, man, they're just like all over the place and they just get in the way and disturb things.
Yeah.
And that's because of the way Cat has been playing on defense as well. Obviously, like, the number one in defense in the NBA, been that way the entirety of the season. And that 110% belongs to Rudy. But seeing Cat evolve his game, be somewhat of a connector on offense, while also mixing that in with his value that he brings on the offensive side too, when it comes to his ability to stretch the ball out and, you know, go ahead and put the ball on the ground and do other things as well that not many players at his size can do, has meant a lot. And then, of course, we haven't mentioned his name yet. Anthony Edwards just keeps on getting better. And this is just like the best case scenario for the Timberwolves. It doesn't matter what you do in the playoffs, unless it's like a first round exit, then it's like, ugh. But
I will say, they have to make a good run. It has to either be a very respectable second round loss or conference finals. Because this team, they already paid Jaden McDaniels like $28 million a year.
Yeah.
He's like their fourth best player. Anthony Edwards, obviously max player. Cat, a super max player. Rudy Gobert, max player. That's a lot of money. Naz Reid got a contract. They're soon going to be a second apron luxury tax team, and they are the Minnesota Timberwolves. They can't afford to be doing that every year. They can't pay that type of luxury tax bill. Only way they justify that and keep this team together is if they make a run and they can truly be a contender. If this team flames out, which a lot of people kind of expect them to, given their offensive issues in the playoffs, if they lose to the Clippers or whoever may be in the second round, we might still be having Cat conversations because something has to change with this team if they deem they are too expensive to keep together, and it'll probably be Cat.
Yeah, I agree. Like, the Cat conversations are gonna happen until he proves everybody wrong. Because even right now, I think a lot of the questions about how they're going to be in the playoffs is, well, we've seen Karl-Anthony Towns in the playoffs before, and whenever the game starts getting close, he has crazy turnovers. He starts pulling from 37 feet. Like, he just has these weird moments of not necessarily showing up. The difference this time is he isn't as needed. I don't feel like with Anthony Edwards stepping up the way that he has and like in late game situations, obviously Cat is still an option. He can still do things, but Anthony Edwards is going to be the one that's going to drive them. So like offensively, I think they're going to get as far as he goes. Yeah. But we will still have Cat conversations though.
I think all that matters is that they maximize their potential, and nobody really thinks.
To you, what's their potential though?
Second round exit.
You think that's the ceiling for the?
That's
for
probably the ceiling in my mind.
What?
I don't have high expectations for someone like Karl-Anthony Towns.
I
don't
think
trust
they have
their
a final
offense.
ceiling, like at least conference final ceiling. Like
My
ceiling,
expectations
best
are
case
low.
scenario.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I think that's maybe their floor.
I'm conservative.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't want to give them high expectations like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, if their ceiling is a second round exit, then this team's cooked. They are not staying together. But I think their ceiling is a lot higher than that. There's a world where the first round they stomp out whoever's the 7th seed or whatever. They beat the Mavericks, whoever may be there. Second round they play who would be in the 4-5? The Suns or Pelicans or something.
Yeah.
There's a world where they can get to the conference finals. I think that's pretty likely. If they don't make the conference finals, or like I said, very least 6 or 7 game series in the second round, then we're in trouble.
You're right, but at the same time, you got to remember who we're talking about here. The Minnesota Timberwolves, not the Lakers, the Celtics, or the Knicks, or whatever. This team ain't made the playoffs since like 2004. 2004.
No, they was in it a couple years ago.
2018.
Yeah.
Oh,
they lost a job.
That was the regular season.
Before then, yeah.
For sure.
But they haven't been a 1 seed in a very long time. This is one of the best seasons in NBA history. So this is their chance to jump on this opportunity and prove this core should stick together. So, and again, obviously Cat and Gobert, their reputations, huge winners for the season. We'll see how it translates.
Facts.
Who's your second biggest loser?
The Sacramento Kings.
Oh,
What?
interesting. Okay.
I think that the Sacramento Kings they're very, very close to sliding into NBA purgatory and being just mid. And I think that they decided in the offseason to stand on everything that they had within the building. They didn't go out and make a crazy move, right? They didn't kind of blow up everything. They decided to Sabonis and Fox, those are our guys. And even this year, they got a leap from De'Aaron Fox. And everybody, like, they stayed together. The coaches are all there. And they are in trouble. They're either at 6 or, like, in the play-in.
Yeah.
They're the 8th seed. They're in the play-in at danger of falling to the 9 and 10 seed because the Warriors are on fire and the Lakers have been doing extremely well.
Exactly. And so they're falling into mid. And so I think right now, they have a
falling into mid is hilarious.
They have a very, very low ceiling. Yeah, I think that with this core of Fox and Sabonis, it's playing out in real time of we're not good enough to get to the second round. We're not good enough to get to the conference finals. And they didn't make a move at the deadline. So now we're going to go into the offseason. I don't expect them to win a playoff series. And now they're going to have serious questions about the team core and the construction. And so the whole light the beam, this whole era, which is just 1 year.
You didn't say light the beam one time this season at all. Last year, you're like, light the beam. Every time you had the opportunity.
Because it looks different. And they were able to get away with having not a great defense when you had the best offense in the league. The offense has regressed to a point of right above, middle of the pack. And it's like, okay.
It's 14th. It's middle of the pack.
It's
usually they're approaching mid. They're just mid. Like you said, last year they're a team of great.
They don't have any all-stars. Like even the public perception of putting Fox or Sabonis into the all-star game is not there. They're falling into a very bad space and a spot where if you're a small market team that hasn't had a lot of success, you can be happy, but with the success that they had last year, they did not take the leap. And so now they're finding out the hard way. Yeah, we have to make moves to keep getting better.
So 14th defense, 18th offense. Sounds real Atlanta hockey to me.
All right. I didn't need that straight. All right. I was having a great day. Tremendous day.
I'd like to make it worse.
All right. 2 things I got to say about that. Last year, the Sacramento Kings were one of the most blessed teams in the NBA when it comes to health. De'Aaron Fox had a shoulder injury, I don't know, month and a half ago or whatever it was. Mm-hmm. And since then, his numbers have tanked. The big reason why the Sacramento Kings go, of course, the bonus is a bonus, and he is like a big part of their system, but he can only take you so far. De'Aaron Fox and how we saw him playing during the first 21 games of the year, playing like a top anywhere between 15 to 12 player is what took them over. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And now that he's gone through this injury and he doesn't look like himself at all, he's slumping so alongside with that, the team is slumping. That hurts. And then also being too comfortable. Their head coach was talking about Keegan Murray's going to go ahead and be that next star. Keegan Murray's a fantastic player. He made a leap defensively, but
incredible defensively. One of the best defenders in the league, honestly.
Exactly. He still has value, but we saw him take that leap in another way. So in my mind, I thought even at the start of the season, how in the hell can this team remain the same and still hold on to that number one offensive team? You know what I'm saying, in the NBA. It just didn't click for me.
And they're getting peak Sabonis too. It's not like it's...
That's sick.
They were getting peak Fox start of the year as well, and they still weren't particularly good. They were higher than 8th seed. They fell down there when Fox had his atrocious January, where he shot 29% from 3 after starting the year shooting 42%, which we all kind of jumped the gun and we're like, oh shit, De'Aaron Fox might just be an elite shooter now. He might be unguardable. Maybe that was a hot streak. We'll see which end of the spectrum he's more towards in reality. But yeah, it's just weird. The team... Nothing's working offensively. Kevin Huerter's not shooting quite as well as he was last year. Harrison Barnes is still just Harrison Barnes. Malik Monk has been a godsend for them. He's been a fantastic addition. Still just 14th in offense. Still on a great rebounding team. The pace isn't giving you dividends like it did last year. Sabonis' play style, while is fun to look at, lots of triple doubles, still doesn't lead to good defense. Still doesn't lead to high-end offense this year. Just like you said, there's a very low ceiling. Mm-hmm. That's exactly how I feel. Maybe there's a decent floor, but there's no way they can be a top 2 team in this conference.
Yeah, so I think if you're the Kings and you're looking around this offseason, you have to make a legitimate move to get forward. And that's where I think the Thunder, right, where they're in their house money season, like I said, I think the Kings had that last year. Mm-hmm. And so if the Kings want to get back to that, they have some serious questions that they have to answer.
This is where a lot of bad draft picks don't start showing until you're in the era of okay, we're starting to figure things out, but we need that 1-2 punch. And that 1-2 punch was guys like a Tyrese Halliburton, but he's Sabonis. You know what I'm saying? No one cares about that. That's great. But off night, what does he?
Yeah, that was a miss.
That was a bad miss.
That was a miss.
And misses like that sets your organization back completely. You know?
Especially like you said, when you give up a lot of pieces to go all in for Sabonis, you gotta have those pieces hit. So unfortunate.
Yeah. Massive loser for me.
Mo, who's your next winner?
Ooh.
Back to positivity. We're flip-flopping.
Back to positivity.
No consistency this episode.
Let's go ahead and talk about the Cleveland Cavaliers. The hottest team in the entire NBA. You see it. I already know they're on your list. And your phone is off right now. Give it to me.
Not only are the Cleveland Cavaliers on my list, specifically Donovan Mitchell's on my list.
Love it.
You go and explain. Why do you have the Cavs on there?
The Cleveland Cavaliers have completely transformed their offense. There's a saying goes like, maybe this is a blessing in disguise. That quite literally happened to the Cleveland Cavaliers when Evan Mobley went out and Darius Garland, like usual, broke his face again. With Darius Garland being gone,
broke his face again.
I don't know what it is.
Habitual face breaker?
Yeah, like his face just attracts like elbows. And like, yeah, it's just crazy as hell. But yeah, like Donovan Mitchell has been playing the most elite version of basketball that we could imagine of him. He's peak Donovan Mitchell right now. His passing has taken a leap. Alongside with that, the Cleveland Cavaliers have gotten guys like a Sam Merrill. I remember a couple streams ago, I said, wow, he sounds like a math teacher, to be honest with you. He's an absolute sniper. Plays his ass off on the defensive end. And guys like that, you just can't phase out of a rotation as time goes on, even when your guys come in and get healthy. And that's exactly what JB Bickerstaff has realized. Someone else who I want to give flowers to. Jared Allen, he's evolved his game. His passing is very underrated, okay? His defense he's been one of the best defenders at his position in the entire NBA. And so they're in a beautiful spot. Now Evan Mobley and Darius Garland have to figure out how to add value to this team. And we've seen Evan Mobley.
He's been
First
good
game
since
he came back, hit three for three, career high. We've never seen that before. They're in a great spot.
I'm going to say something.
All right.
Don't laugh. Keep a straight face. I don't want to see a single smirk. I'm dead serious. I like Georges Niang on this team.
I agree.
Nice.
I agree. I think both of the signings that they had in the offseason with Niang and Strus, those were elements that they needed.
Yeah.
Right. They needed more shooting there. When you had Garland, Mitchell, Allen, Mobley, sometimes the spacing can get a little bit compact, right? Yeah. And having those guys to be able to space the floor, move around, right? Set screens, they help. So I like Georges Niang on this team too.
I love it. Shout out Georges Niang getting comments about him other than being built like a potato. That's all. Yeah. I saw Shaq making fun of the way he was built on live TV. That's the one time I talk about the Cavs. Shaq is making fun of the way he's built. He's been good. He gives him a lot of versatility as a big forward. I like him. And it's so funny you mentioned Max Strus too. He's like the most ineffective shooter in the league right now.
Damn.
He's like one of the most inefficient shooters out there. He's shooting very low from three, but his volume is so high and teams respect his gravity so much, and he really stretches the court that like even though the shots aren't falling, teams don't care because you're not leaving Max Strus open. You know that's going to flip around eventually, and he's going to be getting back to shooting really well. And it's just exactly what they need. A legitimately effective off-ball movement shooter that can be next to Donovan Mitchell and Jared Allen and give them that gravity. Last year, they were relying on Isaac Okoro and Lamar Stevens. Like all the times people were talking about in the playoffs, they should bench an Evan Mobley or Jared Allen, go one big. For who? Lamar Stevens minutes to close a game? No, thank you.
Yeah.
So like now they have those legit shooting options. You mentioned Jared Allen's defense. I like his offense more. I mean, obviously defense is great.
Yeah.
But he's been like so empowered to go back to what he was when he was an all-star and like have a bag offensively, legitimately effective post moves, good at attacking mismatches, really creative finishing on the roll. Like there's a stark difference what we saw last year, the first year of having this full team together, when we saw Jared Allen kind of take a back seat, trying to figure out how to let Evan Mobley work. This year, it's like a clear mind shift change because obviously Evan Mobley wasn't there. And I'm just hoping that sticks around when both of them are there and he can continue to be aggressive Jared Allen.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. And now we can step back like a couple months ago when the initial injuries for Evan Mobley and Darius Garland happened. Folks were like, there were whispers. Wasn't loud, but there were whispers, and those conversations were definitely happening. Should Donovan Mitchell be traded? Should they start looking to trade Donovan Mitchell? Even I contemplated that for 2 seconds, but I'm like, that may be a little bit too early. And then boom, Knicks rumors start happening. Yo ass is happy as hell, and I hate when you're happy, bro. Especially about the Knicks.
I like when you're upset.
Yeah. He's hating.
But since then, they figured it out, and now they have a whole new trajectory. And whether or not, like, of course you want Donovan Mitchell on your team, and I think, like, we can all foresee a future in which this group of guys, this core of guys, end up doing something special in the future, whether it be winning the finals or just getting there without LeBron James. Very impressive for the city.
Yeah. I put Donovan Mitchell on my list and not the Cavs because I think, I mentioned Rudy Gobert earlier instead of the Timberwolves because reputationally he's just so up and down. Donovan Mitchell was going through the same thing the league just like decided we're going to take him for granted for a couple of years. We're bored of Donovan Mitchell. Similar, part of it's probably proximity to Rudy Gobert because the Jazz teams were very unlikable because nobody wants to root for Rudy Gobert. And no, they flamed out last year there. Paul George just got them out of the fucking paint and made the conference finals by himself when Kawhi was hurt, embarrassed them, led to the team exploding. Last year, Donovan Mitchell comes in, first team All-NBA. He's looking fantastic. Actually, no, I think he fell to second team. But, All-NBA guard in the first year of the Cavs. They're the 3 seed. High hopes. I was saying I think they made the conference finals. I fully bought in on the Donovan Mitchell, Evan Mobley, Jared Allen, Darius Garland combination. Teeth kicked in by the Knicks. Abuse. Mitchell Robinson, abuse. Jalen Brunson, abuse. People were just forgetting about Donovan Mitchell because what have you done for me lately? They were like, oh, whatever. Small guards can't win, blah, 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 blah. And now he's back. Passing's improved, you said. 6 assists per game, 60% true shooting, 28 points per game. I want to see him be on a team one day where he can be a point guard for real. Because his passing is like legitimately underrated. He could be a point guard. Maybe you don't want him to because, he's a shooting guard, he's undersized, whatever. But like, I think he could do that. I think he could step into that role, playing next to like a big like a Sengun or whatever, who can give extra passing from that position. I want to see him empowered like that long term.
The Cleveland Cavaliers have a multitude of options because if they really wanted to do that and like get Darius Garland out of there and in place have like another secondary playmaker, say like if they hit up the New Orleans Pelicans, hey, Brandon Ingram, you kind of want to slide him over here and I'll give you Darius Garland? That is cooking right there.
Hey, the Spurs need a point guard.
That would be nice.
That's nasty. That's nasty. Nice. It's weird. I don't know. It's hard to think about right now. I'm gonna be a little bit negative. I just a little bit. I'm curious to see what it looks like moving forward. Just because we've seen the Cavs be so good when it's D. Mitch and Jared Allen, and then we've seen them be so good whenever it's Mobley and Garland. Yeah. And now putting all 4 back together for the second half of the year, I wonder if it goes back to what it was, and we see a little bit of regressions. And so now this team that has like made the leap, they're second in the East. Do we see them take just slightly a step back? That's the one question I have about them. But outside of that, everything you guys said is true.
I think they do a good job with their lineups too, where like they have a lot of lineups where just 2 of those guys are out there in those pairings you mentioned. But like I said, you're going to want to close games with all your best players in the court.
Exactly.
You got to figure out how to make it work.
Yeah.
But like I said, if they're willing to bench one of those guys, depending on who's having the better night between the bigs, they have legit shooting options now that they can, in a playoff series, they can close Evan Mobley on the bench. It might hurt whoever's ego. He's supposed to be the next guy, whatever. But if the matchup calls for it, if they're playing, I don't know who in the East would necessitate that. But, their team, obviously the Celtics. They're going to stretch them out. Yeah. You can't have both bigs out there. You need more firepower. They can start another shooter. Like, they have that option at their disposal now in a way they really didn't have last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. They are in a fantastic position and just love to see it.
Who's your biggest loser for the next one? Let's hate some more.
Biggest loser? What's up with you and hating, man?
Listen, I'm all here for the positivity, too. I'm a man of dichotomy.
Biggest loser. Going back to the summer. Not an NBA team, not an NBA player. We're going to the NBA scouts.
NBA scouts, okay.
Yeah, specifically scouts who were scouting Brandon Miller and hoping and wanting for him to like fall behind to go to whoever, Portland Trail Blazers or whatever it is. Yeah. A lot of people were so down on Brandon Miller, not because of like him as an individual or whatever, but just the fact that like Scoot Henderson was that guy. A lot of people were sold onto him, and he's still like great player. He's been cooking as of late, especially. But it's very clear that Brandon Miller has been the right decision. So far this season, he's put up like 16, 17 a game, been really efficient as of late, and he's been playing really hard. And he's like the, I guess, 2 now, like brightest spots of this team. Other one being Trey Mann because he's a really good player. Yeah. And as a Charlotte Hornets fan, it has to be discouraging seeing your team just get destroyed every other night, bro.
One of my losers is Charlotte Hornet fans.
Wow.
The fans specifically. Because this team is never getting out of a rebuild. They drafted LaMelo Ball 4 years ago now. He made an All-Star game 2 years ago. They thought they were up. They were the 7th seed that year. And then they got worse for 2 years in a row. They're not going to make the play-in tournament. With additional, years of developing and drafting different people, they are worse than where they started with this core. Like you said, Brandon Miller's a good bright spot. He's the only bright spot. LaMelo's always hurt. He's become a long-term issue. Mark Williams is good. We'll see how kind of ceiling he has as a big man. Terry Rozier's gone. Gordon Hayward's gone. PJ Washington gone. Miles Bridges, he's still there for now. But nothing's going well for them. I'm worried about what they do if they have another year like this.
You know whose plan they need to follow? They need to follow the Chicago Bulls plan.
Okay.
Because
I don't think anybody should.
Who?
For a team as down bad as the Charlotte Hornets, right? Who are all, I think it would be better to be a Chicago Bulls fan and at least see some wins every now and then.
Are you okay?
To lose,
Stockholm syndrome.
to lose as much as the Hornets have, it takes a toll. And I think that like for a team that clearly is not great at drafting and developing, maybe going out on a limb and overpaying some guys to bring in some actual talent rather than saying, okay, well, maybe in 2 or 3 years, this guy can turn into this. Maybe they need a jump start. And so you go out and you bring somebody in. You outsource the talent instead of
I would say they should follow the Rockets plan, not the Bulls. I think nobody should follow the Bulls plan. It's a provenly shitty plan. But the Rockets plan, get a Fred VanVleet, get a Dylan Brooks. I can see that vision.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem with the Bulls plan. And while we're on the topic of losers, Bulls fans were
me too.
Okay, same.
Yeah, they
Were you all put Bulls fans?
Yes. Swear to God.
Yeah.
They're down bad.
I don't think that the plan initially was bad. I think what's made it terrible is the fact that they have refused to move off of it when it's clear that it's not going to work.
Yeah.
Right. But for 36 games, they were the 1 seed in the East and things were working and they brought in all these guys and it seemed to click. And then, injuries happened. Things were never able to be put back together. But if you're the Hornets, maybe that is a path. And so the only difference that they need to have is if you see your star point guard and his knee just, disintegrates, you need to be able to move off of that core and start over again and realize he's never going to come back and be the same point guard that you think.
Are y'all worried about LaMelo's injuries? Like, is it getting to a point where like maybe this is like
a little bit
a Zion Williams situation, which obviously different from Zion because that's different issues, but every year it's a health thing. It seems like it might be a chronic ankle issue because this is the 3rd year in a row where LaMelo is dealing with stuff like this.
It's tough. It has to be concerning. If I'm a Charlotte Hornets fan, every single year you look up and you're like, oh man, we're going to get right this year. Of course, a lot of those pieces are no longer here. But even when those pieces were there that they had, Terry Rozier, PJ Washington, Hayward, and all that stuff, never worked out. Why? LaMelo Ball can't stay on the court healthy.
Yeah.
And now that just sets your organization back continuously, and you're in a mindset to where you don't know what to do because you don't know what you have. And if you don't know what you have, how can you make moves? You're cap locked, you're in handcuffs, and you just have to consistently be in this state of just waiting to see how LaMelo Ball performs when he's healthy. And when he's been healthy, he was hooping, improved across the field on the court. Mm-hmm. And so at this point in time, you just have to sit down and just continue to collect these young players and let them develop and just hope and pray that LaMelo remains healthy.
Yeah, at the beginning of this year, I said that I think LaMelo Ball is like a superstar in hiding, like just like waiting for the opportunity to break out, and like people are forgetting about him. At a certain point, I don't know how long I'm going to wait for that breakout to happen if he's just always hurt. Like, you're losing valuable development time. He's incredibly skilled, incredible instincts as a passer and a scorer. You need more development time in a winning system for that stuff to come together in a cohesive way that helps a winning team. If that's not going to happen for him before he's 28, then I think we're in trouble.
I agree. They are cooked. There's a lot of fan bases out there that are like down horrendously. The Hornets are one, but they do have one of the best announcers in the league.
Oh my God!
So at least watching the losses are kind of fun.
Yeah, well, shout out. What's his name? I forget.
Eric Collins. Eric Collins.
There you go. Shout out Eric Collins. That man can scream with the best of them. I respect it.
I could watch that man talk about how grass is growing, and I'll have the time of my life.
Yeah, the vocal power, sheer adrenaline will get you.
Right. Absolutely. I guess. We already mentioned the Bulls. I guess why not touch on them a little bit?
Do we need to go in on them more? I feel like we did enough.
I don't.
Listen, if you're a Bulls fan, you know why you're down bad. Your team is the epitome of mid. You're going nowhere fast. Your team wants to go nowhere fast because they like being nowhere fast. It's enjoyable to them. It makes them a lot of money. And that's just their prerogative for the time being. It's not going to change anytime soon. And really no silver lining. We look at something like the Hornets. The silver lining is Brandon Miller. You don't got shit if you're the Bulls fan.
If you're a Bulls
fan,
Kobe
White?
I need to check in.
Great. Awesome. You might get a most improved player award. I hope that makes your just like illness as a fan feel better.
Yeah, that's
tough.
That's true.
Are we getting back to winners?
I guess so. Let me pull out some positivity real quick.
All right.
I'm going to go with, I only have one left. We've hit most of mine. My last one is Alperen Sengun.
That's the guy.
Wow, okay.
I talked about LaMelo Ball being a superstar in hiding. That was like theoretical. Like if he stays healthy and the team gets better, I can see him developing into a star. Last year, Sengun was playing like a star. He was just given 20 minutes a night at most because his coach looked at across the roster, saw Bruno Fernando and was like, you're better than this guy. And Sengun was buried in the depth chart. Steven Silas just refused to imagine a world where you could win with a center like Sengun and just said, I don't even want to try that shit. No, thank you. He played everybody he could. Bruno Fernando started games over Sengun. Very limited minutes. And like every Rockets fan you run into will tell you, Sengun is our best player. I'm praying we play through him at some point in my lifetime so I could see this come to fruition. Ime Udoka came in, has eyes, and agreed. And immediately made Sengun the centerpiece. They're playing through him. Fred VanVleet's a competent point guard. Dylan Brooks is a competent wing defender. Jabari Smith's playing a lot better. It's just all the pieces you'd want alongside a center like that. And he is thriving. If the All-Star rosters were bigger, he was playing at an All-Star caliber level this year. 21 points per game, 5 assists, 9 rebounds. Legitimately as incredible as we could have hoped he could be. And he's got to be a winner simply by the fact that he got the chance to prove this to people and wasn't just buried on the bench.
Absolutely. I can't agree with you more. Someone like Alfred Sengun, seeing how he's developed so quick in a organization that I had absolutely no idea what the fuck was going on, still banking on someone like Jalen Green to eventually blossom into like, I don't know, under the shadows of like, can he be like in the same caliber of Anthony Edwards or Donovan Mitchell, one of the top explosive shooting guards in the NBA? No, but you do have Alfred Sengun, and this is like the best possible scenario for them. Yeah, like they aren't probably going to be in the playoffs or maybe even the play-in.
Yeah, who cares
but
though?
This is like a right step in the right direction.
Yeah.
You can't be mad at it.
And Amen Thompson is coming. That man is going to be – he's already one of the best athletes in the – okay.
Yeah, that was
okay,
That
I know.
was kind of crazy.
Yeah.
He's coming, and he's going to come hard in the next few years when he's an all-star
Right.
because he's going to be one of the most athletic guards in the league, going to be a legitimately elite defender, legitimately unstoppable getting to the rim. The passing chops are there. When he gets to his point of his career where he's developed into that, him and Sengun are going to be incredible together.
Yeah, man. No, every time that there's like a white passing big, they just like, oh, that's Baby Jokic. That's Baby Jokic. And I mean, it kind of works out though because like they use him as the hub, and I think it's interesting what they're doing in Houston because they have so many young players.
Yeah,
and so to see Sengun be the guy that's like clearly like above the rest of the pack, like they should build everything around them through Sengun.
Yeah,
like. No, I agree with you. I think that he probably was either like my first or second cut on the All-Star list. Mm-hmm. And so, he's hooping.
Yeah. The Baby Jokic thing's like stylistically makes sense. Difference is obviously he's smaller and Jokic's defense was very exaggerated. He's a pretty solid defender. Sengun's kind of iffy, but they have had a really strong defense despite that. So maybe it's fine when you have a Jabari Smith, Dylan Brooks, and whoever else there. Mm-hmm. But the big thing is his three-point shot has to come along. I think if you're going to be defensively deficient center like a Sengun, like a Sabonis, you got to be able to stretch the floor and really give you like the full package offensively. And right now he's shooting 29% from three. That has to come up to like 36% at least or whatever for him to like really anchor a top team.
Facts.
I agree. You know what? I like being positive. Let's stay positive, all right? My next winner is a former Houston Rocket, James Harden. That man was abused, used, and confused. Abused out of like...
Who used him?
Daryl Morey lied to him, bro. Confused by who? Daryl Morey lied to him. Used out of his financial resources. Gave up millions of dollars for the sake of making your team better and signing guys like PJ Tucker. He was put through the blender so much that he went on probably something that you'd dream of. He went on a world tour of hating. Was in China during camps, telling all his little fans over there, Daryl Morey is a liar. Yeah. Do you know how much you have to hate somebody to go ahead and do that? That's tough. That's deep down. He was in clubs in Houston, had the bottle girls with a sign saying Daryl Morey is a liar. That is crazy. And for him to come back this season, and before he really was hooping with the Clippers, he was like, I am the system. Everybody laughed at his ass. Everybody just wasn't the brightest of James Harden for a good reason too.
They lost 6 straight to start the era. Like it's
how many went after that?
True.
Huh?
How many went after that?
I don't know.
A lot.
Yeah,
I don't know either. A lot.
It's fine.
A lot. And he has been the big part of the Los Angeles Clippers and their success. Now, of course, like PG's doing his thing. Kawhi is playing at a lot of people think at MVP type level, and all that doesn't happen if James Harden doesn't take a step back. Realize that he needs to organize the offense a little bit more, be more open to catch and shoot threes, not having to demand the ball as much, and also playing a little bit harder on defense. He's committed, and this is one of the best versions of James Harden. post his prime era that we've seen.
Yeah. I'm glad you said James Harden because he was on my list, but I didn't have it under James Harden. Like, I think that the big winner is like temper tantrums because for all the things that
emotional intelligence. I'm a fan.
The things that you said, James Harden went on on this whole tour doing all, and this is the third straight spot that he's been at that he has intentionally blown up the spot. Like.
Well, the Nets, are we going to put that on James Harden's shoulders or the other
James
guard?
Harden stopped playing basketball. Like, he quit on the team while he was on the floor. I'm giving him that. I'm giving him Philly. I'm giving him Houston. All those things, like, and he got exactly what he wanted. But if you're going to do that, on the other side, you have to ball out. And he did that. So, yeah, I agree with you. He is one of my big winners.
I can't get the visual out of my head of him going to China and seeing a gym full of 12-year-old Chinese boys and being like, hey, yo, fuck Daryl Morey.
Yeah.
Like, why is that the audience where you got to get that off?
He made sure to say it not once, twice, but 3 times. Made sure folks' camera was pointing. He was like, yo, get this angle. Daryl Morey is a liar. Post that shit right now.
Like, he's like, this is the room. I need to get this off. Make sure you're recording this.
Yeah.
No, he's a crazy man.
Yeah,
he's a crazy guy.
But it's working. So, temper tantrums win, like you said. Team's incredible. It's all the reasons that we can have to hate on old James Harden now at this point of his career matters significantly less when you're with the talent he's with. Mm-hmm. So many safeguards for the inevitable James Harden collapse in the playoffs. He'll have a game where he'll go 6 for 17. I'm sure it'll happen. But I'm also sure Kawhi Leonard will not go 6 for 17. And it will be of minimal importance when James Harden shoots poorly because PG and Kawhi are there, and James Harden's still going to do all the passing that works super well. That passing was less effective in the past when the scoring wasn't there because of the ISO-heavy ball where if James Harden's shots weren't going in, everybody else is just looking at the rebounds. So much of the ball went through his hands. Not the case here. Not many possessions live and die by James Harden. So it's just so much less pressure on him, which is exactly what he needs at this point of his career. Even in Philly, there was less pressure because you're playing with an MVP. But every big man needs a point guard to set him up. We're seeing Joel Embiid thrive this year in big part because Maxi's been great, right? Like, you need somebody to take pressure off of you. So while the scoring load wasn't entirely on James Harden's shoulders, still a huge role where he needs to play well or the team falls apart. Not the case one bit of this team.
Exactly, man. Shout out to the Clippers.
Yeah, good for them. Good for them.
All right. It pains you to say that, I can tell.
It really does.
Just say hate them. It's okay.
I don't like them. I'm not a fan of the Clippers. But it's okay. All right, my next winner, Tyrese Halliburton.
Okay.
I think Tyrese Halliburton has easily cemented himself as a top 4 point guard. Like, as top 5 at the absolute worst.
Yeah.
He has last year was good and the Pacers were on pace to make the playoffs, and then he got hurt and everything started to fall off. This year they have the long run in the in-season tournament, right? He leads the league in fan votes for All-Star. Like, he has burst out onto the scene as one of the elite point guards in the NBA. And I think that this year in general is just a big coming up party for him, and everybody like realizes that Tyrese Halliburton is amazing. He's fantastic, and so yeah, I'm just giving him his life. He's a big winner this year.
I agree. And know what, the team agrees too, because they see him and they see him make the star leap and know they need to build around him, and they reward him with one fresh Pascal Siakam,
which is huge.
I see there's a Pascal Siakam jersey in the front here. Already got the Pacers fans already behind him.
Yeah,
we'll see how high he can take them, but for you're looking at a team that's built around Tyrese. And then a bunch of role players who play Tyrese ball, but, don't necessarily elevate you. We'll see what the young players can develop into. You insert a Pascal Siakam into there. Maybe it doesn't immediately make them a contender, but it sure as shit helps. And it surely puts you in a better position to find the next piece. Find whoever your OG Anunoby is in the future for like the Knicks guy. It's one step closer. And even if they're not going to be like a top tier team, it gives you a puncher chance. If you have a Tyrese and a Siakam in a playoff series, when you have the offensive engine and a go-to big forward that can create his own shot, play solid defense, create for others, and relieve the pressure off of Tyrese, because he's going to get blitzed to hell in a playoff series.
Yeah,
he's going to go, with the Lakers put him through the in-season tournament, he folded under that pressure, which really he doesn't shoot well that game. We'll see what happens in a long 7-game series. But he's going to have to learn to play through that type of coverage in a playoff series when people are going to sell out and say, Benedict Mathurin, Nembhard, so-and-so, you better make some threes or else I'm going to keep doubling this guy. That's a lot easier to deal with when you have Pascal Siakam sending you the screen. You can hit him on the short roll. Makes his life a million times easier.
Yeah, because it makes the offense more complex when you have someone who has a skill set like Pascal Siakam. And what makes this trade or that trade even more beautiful is that they have a lot of shit cooking still. Benedict Mathurin, we still don't know what he is, but his ceiling is high regardless of the way you feel about him. Jarris Walker, could be something special. They didn't give him up, and they still have plethora of picks as well. So they have done an immaculate job of just taking care of their guy. They see something special. They're not sitting on their hands, and they're doing right by him, and he's doing right by them by just playing at such a level. None of us foresee this coming at all.
Yeah. Nah. Tyrese has been great. Do you guys think? So I guess like for top 3, the conversation would be him or Shea at top 3. If you have,
Shea.
Yeah.
Come on.
I'm just asking. I'm just asking the quick. How close do you think it is then?
Shea's an MVP candidate right
not that
now.
close,
So it's like there's a gap, but in a couple of years, like maybe next year or 2 years from now, could he close it? Maybe. Not really sure though.
Let's get half of this equation straight. Shea's an elite point guard defender. Fantastic. Tyrese Halliburton is a fucking cone. I love Tyrese Halliburton, one of my favorite point guards in the league. He has to, it's probably a big part of his effort and being in a team construction that prioritizes defense. Yeah. Carlisle has tried to be like, we cannot win this way, y'all. Y'all got to try harder. And I think that's gotten a little bit better as the course of the season's gone on. Early in the year, it was like awful. He has to develop to the point where he can be at least a passable defender to be in that conversation and break the top 3. Because someone like Shea, like give and take, Tyrese is a way better passer. Maybe you think that is more important than the scoring boost that Shea has. The defense is a huge difference, is why Tyrese is like the next tier of players with like John Morant and whoever else.
All right.
There's nothing wrong with that too.
That's fair.
Yeah, the Tyrese best point guard, I don't know.
Yeah, Tyrese has already surpassed expectations, and being the 4th best point guard is like the best quite possible solution or outcome for his career.
Yeah. I have one more loser before we move on. My last one, Trae Young.
Damn.
It's not his fault, but his stock, all-time low. This man is in trade rumors now. Kendrick Perkins went on TV and was like, I'm not going to say the name, but there's a superstar coming to the Lakers this offseason, blah, blah. And the same day it was reported that the Hawks are going to seriously consider trading Trae Young this summer. Clearly what Kendrick Perkins is alluding to. Another report from The Athletic came out that day, said the Spurs are going to make a big run at him, so-and-so. His stock is at an all-time low because the Hawks have completely failed him on all accounts. They paired him with another point guard. Nonsensical from the jump, hasn't worked. They drafted 2 wings to play next to him. Cam Reddish, DeAndre Hunter. Neither one of which are the elite defenders that they wanted them to be pairing next to him. One of which is on another team now, the Lakers, obviously. Onyeka Okongwu and Clint Capella are good bigs, haven't been the answer for the rim defense that's been in the bottom 5 for the past 2 years. Jalen Johnson's a godsend, but outside of that, every single move they've made next to Trae Young to try to build a contender around him has been a failure, to the point where people think that Trae Young's incapable of playing winning basketball because his team has done such a bad job trying to put him in a position to play winning basketball.
Yeah. Exactly. I agree with you. Let's flip your statement. Trae Young's stock is not an all-time low. The Hawks stock.
Well, their stock doesn't exist anymore. They took that off the NASDAQ. It's not a thing anymore.
Off the NASDAQ.
It isn't like the face grind stock where it's not. You can't buy it anymore.
Yeah, exactly. But Trae Young as a whole, if he's in trade rumors, then we all know like that's because we're cooked and he's the most valuable asset if that was to happen. Do I believe that? I don't know. Do I have to? No, because I'm an Atlanta Hawks fan, so I'm just gonna be like liar. But regardless of the fact, if a situation, a scenario was to happen, then yeah, I guess it makes the most sense. If I'm Trae, I'm sitting here like, damn, I'm like 25, turning 26 soon. Just had 2 kids, just got married. You know what I'm saying? I'm supposed to be an all-NBA player, supposed to be an all-star.
That's the settle down city. It's slow.
Yep. Yeah.
It's slow.
It's tough. And if I'm someone like Trae, I would feel some type of frustration because I sit here and I see all my peers. Oh my God, Shea, who I was in the same draft classes and back in 2018. He's going to the potentially Western Conference or whatever finals. Tyrese Halliburton, bro. He's cooking right now in the Eastern Conference. All these other guards, Luka, guys like that, they're cooking. And I don't want to like make it seem like the Hawks have done nothing because they did have a good run, I guess, in 2021. But that doesn't matter anymore. It's all about what have you done for me lately. And at this point, it's just been a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah, man. It's trash. We talked about them at length. We don't got to go much too into it. Are you guys ready for some nonsense?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's go.
I think it's TikTok time.
I think it's time for all the crayon eaters to go ahead and enjoy because we're going to talk about some nonsense.
Yeah, man. This is the part of the show. After we finish the main bulk of it, we get into the more gamified stuff.
I see a box of crayons right there.
Oh, my God. Somebody bought us crayons. That's amazing.
We love it.
We got a real crayon eater. You know what's great? The last second, this event had to get changed to 21 plus because of miscommunication. So we have an adult crayon eater in the room, and I love that.
Can you pass me one, please? Yeah, I love it. Just throw me one, bro. I need it.
Throw him a good red.
I need it. Give me good luck for this goddamn draft.
We'll be smoking on a Crayola red.
Absolutely, bro.
This is great. Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Good throw. Goddamn. Right to his hand.
Yeah, good throw. That boy got an
It
arm.
was a dart.
Bite it.
All right.
All right, Carson Palmer.
Y'all are cooked. I got the good luck in my hands. This is my sage.
Put behind your ear like Shannon Sharp. In the hat, between the hat. Yeah, man. As always, we're going to begin this part of the podcast with the draft. And today, I think we keep the spirit of All-Star Weekend media. No, we're here doing a podcast. We're going to draft NBA lineups with only NBA players who have a podcast. You know,
Okay.
They're sprouting out the woodworks everywhere. Like I said, we got the analysis. We got the Trae Young Pod was on before us. Everybody's doing it. It's awesome. It's great content. We hear, NBA players, their experience. Let's draft them into lineups.
All right.
The draft order will be Donovan, me, Mo.
Trash. I'm always last. You guys set me for failure.
Your last
Let's go
one's every
ahead.
3 weeks. It's in fair order.
This is all time, right?
Yes, all time.
Yeah. All right.
So real simple. Let's draft NBA lineups with only NBA players who have a podcast.
All right. First pick. I want my point guard. Give me Trae Young.
Oh, let's go. You sold. Give me Shaquille O'Neal with the second pick.
I forgot.
The
he
big
had
pod
one.
with Shaq,
I
that's right.
forgot he had one.
Yep.
Wow.
Sold right off the top. Trae Young over Shaq. Shame.
Oh my God. Okay.
Wow.
Well, that's tough. See, that's so tough.
That's
all
tough.
right.
Okay.
Well, go ahead and give me one of the greatest podcasting bald men ever, Richard Jefferson. When
Okay.
it comes to quality content, none of you guys are touching me right now. That's all I got to say.
Fair enough.
All right?
If that's where you're going.
And so,
You're the best podcaster so far.
absolutely. And so, let me go ahead, double up. Give me Kevin Garnett. Let's
Oh,
be real serious.
I was praying you
Let's
sold
be
too.
real serious.
I got
He's a
so
lunatic.
close to both of you selling.
I got it on the court. If you want to have a conversation about basketball, dating life, or whatever it is, I got you too.
Is Paul Pierce a combo deal in that? Does he come with it?
Nah, he be wildin'. He be wildin'. Safety precautions.
It's a family-friendly starting five.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to go with another person you probably don't know as a podcast. Give me Dwayne Wade.
Oh,
No,
that
he-
is a
he-
new
no, he
podcast.
just
too.
started.
His
just started.
iHeartRadio podcast. Listen, I got the 2006 duo. I'm cooking.
Okay. It's still you.
I'm second pick.
It's you now.
It's you now. Man, I forgot how a snake works.
How?
You had first pick.
Oh, we did go like this.
Right.
My bad. Okay. All right. So at my 2, listen, I have no idea what we're doing.
You're
right
cooked.
now. I really am cooked. I sold. Give me JJ Redick at the 2.
Nice.
Okay.
Another sell. I appreciate it. Keep going.
And then let's see, at my 3, you know what? I know I'm trying to decide. We'll get all-time talent. Give me Charles Barkley at the 4.
You cheater. He somebody shouted out to him. You were
No,
so
I was thinking.
He should be
Shout out-
redacted.
You're on
for
Team
that.
Donovan. Shout out you.
Appreciate you.
Yeah. Okay.
Damn.
You know what? Give me Draymond Green.
Oh my goodness.
Listen, how do I not pick him?
Oh my goodness. You got protection. You got security. You got good jokes. You got a great basketball player. You
got
the whole
protection.
9. I ain't gonna lie
Draymond and
to you.
Shaq, we're banging down low.
That's true. All right, damn. Okay, so you went ahead and took JJ. All right, so oh my God, am I in the hood right now or what?
Yeah,
Oh,
calamity
my bad.
going on outside.
All right, PTSD, my bad. All right.
Rat scurry on the floor.
Facts. All right. So at my point guard, go ahead. Actually, I'm gonna put him at my 2. At my 2, give me Agent Zero. I'm going to have immaculate conversations with you, bro. I'm going to give you personal life. Talk about your finances. Talk about your dating life again. I'll go ahead and show you how to act in the locker room. And I'm going to give you 20 points as well. I got the whole 9. You guys can't hold me.
Okay.
All right. Who's your next pick?
Next pick, give me Jeff Green. Or not Jeff Green. Jeff Teague. There we go. I need all the jokes in the world.
I needed that.
My turn. Calm down.
No.
No, this
I
is
need
third.
spacing. Give me the point guard who's shooting 42% from 3 this year on 10 attempts, Jalen Brunson.
That's good.
Fresh into the podcast game. Pair him to Dwayne Wade. I'm here. Wait a minute. Man, you picked Jeff Teague.
Who has a better personality?
I'm posting you up every play.
You could post me up all you want.
Whoever
But what are
offers
we
on Jeff
talking
Teague,
about
ISO.
off the game? That game only lasts 48 minutes. You have
game
a
of
whole
life?
other 23 hours of life to live. I'm winning that.
Oh, there you go.
All right. At my 3, give me Paul George.
I forgot about Paul George.
Oh,
Nobody
shit.
said Paul George yet.
Redemption.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give
Okay.
me Paul George at the 3. And then at the 5, we're just going to go just crazy spacing. Give me not Richard Jefferson. Give me Channing Frye.
Oh, you are cooked.
Give me Channing Frye. Listen, we're just putting up.
I said whoever offense on Jeff Teague, whoever offense on Channing Frye. We're changing it up. Shaq dropped me 80 points a game.
That's crazy, bro.
To round it out, I need more spacing. At my 3, give me Paul Pierce.
Okay, nice. That's solid. I was actually thinking of circling back and picking him, but I was like, I kind of care about the kids who watch me play basketball and also the influences that I have. But I understand you're not that type of guy. Yeah. I am. All right, so to round this out, so far I got Jeff Teague, Agent Zero, RJ Jefferson, and then KG at my 5. So I need a 4. And I think I can't do no wrong with selecting one of the pioneers of podcasting, player podcasting, Matt Barnes. Solid, bro. I'm going to piece you up. I got nice hair. I can tell you about all my tough Kobe stories. Ain't nothing you can do about it, man. I think I won this draft.
Drove 90 miles like Matt Barnes.
Exactly. What player on your team's doing that? Nobody.
Listen, I got Draymond Green. I would relax about you. You might drive 180 miles. So I have Jalen Brunson, Dwayne Wade, Paul Pierce, Draymond Green, Shaquille O'Neal.
Nah, that's nice.
Nobody came to play today.
Excuse me. I'm playing, but I'm playing an entirely different game.
I did not come to play.
He's playing basketball. I'm playing the game of life. That is the difference right now.
Never mind. Okay, go ahead.
I got Jeff Teague, Agent Zero, Richard Jefferson, Matt Barnes, and Kevin Garnett.
That was a masterclass of shit.
No one cares. I'm winning life, buddy.
All right, I've Trae Young, JJ Redick, Paul George, Charles Barkley, Channing Frye.
Okay.
Yeah, listen.
When you say it back, it's not as bad as like in the moment. It's actually a little bit better.
Again,
I'm proud of myself because I did save it.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, some redemption there.
It could have been worse.
It could have been much worse.
Could have been worse.
You might have picked Josh Hart for Paul George or something, and we would have been like, oh my God. But decent team. Okay.
I kind of wanted to.
Yeah.
I did.
That's the draft.
I did.
As usual, you guys decide who wins. I don't know if this one's a competition, but we'll continue the next segment.
Just say mates or whatever.
Next thing we're going to do, another, like a TD3 staple, we're going to guess some NBA baby pictures.
Ooh,
the people who are here live, we got to pull up on the screen to your guys' left. I'm going to show you some NBA baby pictures, and you got to tell me who the player is.
This is Mo's bag.
This is my bag. I don't know why, but I just can identify faces.
Yeah, you're just fantastic at this. So, guess the NBA player by the baby pictures. First up, we got, who is this kid?
Oh, come on
This
now.
is easy.
This is the light-skinned god. This is Devin Booker.
This is Devin Booker.
Light-skinned god?
Yeah. This is who? Kylie Jenner's ex? Yeah, this is the only Devin Booker, bro. Love it.
Listen, I had to start with somebody easy. This Gerber, baby.
Yeah, this is him. We had the same haircut his entire life, damn near.
Yeah, he looks the same, bro.
Exactly.
He was born into the world just smiling, biting his lip, touching a lot of chin. All right, okay. Easy one first. Next up, who is this kid?
You got it?
Is that the... No, you got it. You got it.
No, go ahead.
No.
Shoot your shot.
Y'all competing for who's wrong?
I have no idea
I got
who
it.
this is.
I got it.
Just go.
This is one of the greatest point guards of all time.
You hesitate?
Yeah, I hesitate a little bit.
What is 7 or so?
His name is Emmanuel Christopher Paul. I can tell by that nose and them eyes.
You said it in the wrong order. His name is not Emmanuel. It was Christopher first. But yes, this is Christopher Emmanuel Paul.
Woo! We got it.
Listen,
Yeah. His
name
nose
dyslexia
stays the same.
aside, good pull.
Good job.
Apparently, I'm giving y'all easy ones to jump. So I hope these can get harder as we
Mo,
go.
I'm lobbing all of them to you. I
No.
suck at baby.
I want to see you be great.
I want to see you be bad. So go ahead and try.
Not today.
Next up, who is this kid?
What?
He got no teeth. His parents did him so dirty
like
about
gummy
posting
kid.
this on the internet.
A lot of that.
All right, so
I don't know if this is white or light skin.
clear as day. It's a biracial baby, probably.
True.
He looks like a big guard. I'm not
Somebody
gonna lie, someone who probably flamed out early into his NBA career, but did have a nice high, but a really low. I'm leaning with Ben Simmons.
How did you know that one so
I
easily?
do this. What do you mean? I told you before the podcast.
This man's a professional man knower. Jesus
I was
Christ.
never
God.
gonna get that. I was
Stop
never
playing
gonna
with
get
me.
that.
You knew it when we were looking at eyes.
I
when
knew
we
it
looked
before
at
you even
hair.
selected it, bro. That's what it is.
Professional man knower, even from infancy.
that's
That's crazy. This man knows his faces.
Wow.
All right, well, you're 3 for 3. Next one.
Good job.
Who is this kid?
Ugh, damn. What is he? That's a mean mug. Oh my goodness.
Can't even see the
Taking it back.
Yeah, this is a really old picture. Sheesh. He's an old school player. Old school player for sure. I ain't gonna lie, I might be cooked with this one. I was talking
It
about
low-key
this
looks
for a
like-
reason.
You got it if it's 2015 or on. I pull out a 1980s player on you. You don't know what to do. You see ghosts.
Yeah, no, this is like in the.
If this was recent, I would say Chris Middleton.
Chris Middleton's
he
a
looks.
good guess.
He
It's
looks
not Chris Middleton, though.
He looks like a big man. Is he a big man?
No, he's a very small man. Well, he's big in some ways.
Whoa, okay. I'm just gonna act like I didn't hear that. All right. Anyways,
All right.
who's an old school? What was that? Him?
No, that wasn't Chris Middleton. I put the wrong name there.
Oh, okay,
My bad.
gotcha.
It's not Chris Middleton.
So I was right.
Thank God. Thank
My
God.
bad.
Okay.
I messed up there. Keep going.
I want to say, could this be?
I don't care what
know,
you
Mark
say.
Jackson? I have no idea who this is.
Y'all are cooked. This is Kyle Lowry.
Oh.
What a glow up.
I put the wrong picture. My bad. But this is Kyle Lowry.
What a glow up.
Yeah, this is. I got you with the potato quality picture. This one's hard
Yo,
to
if
get.
I was Kyle Lowry, I'll find your address and fight you because this looks like it was from the MLK era, bro. Like, this is outrageous. Not
Kyle
gonna lie
Lowry's a
to you.
civil rights baby.
This looks like it, bro.
He was marching.
What am I supposed to think? That's crazy.
Oh my God.
That's hilarious. All right, next one. Who is this kid?
This is a cool kid, man.
This kid looks familiar.
He looks familiar as hell. Was he on Miami Heat before?
Am I allowed to give you hints?
Yes. Do it, man.
Answer that question.
All right, yes, he's been on Miami Heat at one point.
I got this. This is Alonzo Mourning.
Incorrect.
Damn.
This man thinks he knows everything.
He was. Oh, who could this be then?
Bozo alert.
What?
Oh,
The fact that
okay.
you guessed the team right and still got it wrong is hilarious. Like,
I know.
what are
Hey,
the odds
I'm
you got
cooking, though.
a decently wrong
Is this
guess?
Jimmy Butler?
No.
This is not
no.
Jimmy Butler.
Is this Bam Adebayo?
This is Bam Adebayo.
What? Oh my God.
It's Bam Adebayo.
Shout out to BJ, man. That looks exactly like him. I was about to say BJ Coker, man. But no, it's not him.
I've never noticed that.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Not a comparison I'm allowed to make, but you said it first. Next up, we got, who is this kid?
Let's see. They got a Bulls hat. I don't know if that tells me anything.
You tell me.
Brother, I don't know these children.
Better
I
try
have
harder.
no idea who these kids are.
Listen, if you're gonna not know something, I guess not knowing children is a good thing to not know.
What are you trying to say about me?
Keep guessing.
Damn. Yeah, now I'm honestly stumped. He looks like a guard, though.
Why? He was like 2. Everybody looks at size on there too.
Can I just throw out some hints, man? You can just like feed into me a little
Yeah,
bit.
we need
Is
some
he a-
hints.
Was he a guard or like a forward?
Yes, he was a guard.
Okay.
This one's a hard one. This just looks like a regular kid.
Yeah, this is hard.
Loki's, is this Rondo?
Nah.
Good guess, but it's not Rondo.
Not Rondo. Not Rondo.
I don't know why I said it's a good guess. It's just not Rondo. It's just a guess.
This is not Rondo. Could this be? I don't know. You could be nasty, and I could say like Tony Roden. Like, who is this?
This is Kemba Walker.
This is Kemba?
That's Kemba.
Yeah, it doesn't look like him in the slightest. That's crazy. I mean, I kind of see it now, but wow.
I don't really see
Wow.
it, but that's Kemba, all right.
Nah,
All right, next one.
Need some deep cuts.
Who is this kid?
That boy looked like me. What the fuck? Oh man.
Low key, it does.
Yeah, for real.
This
That's
is a
kind of
big kid
scary.
though.
That's your little
This is a
brother?
big kid though.
Oh man.
This has to lie. This one, look into the eyes, you can see this one. This one is accurate.
Could this be like Jameer Nelson?
That is the worst guess I've ever heard you make.
Look, man, I'm going through
not
back
Bobby.
like light skinned-ish babies or brown skinned.
Is this Bobby Portis?
Nah.
That's the
not
second
Bobby.
worst guess I've ever heard.
No,
What
not
the
Bobby.
fuck?
The eyes
Not
are kind of
Bobby.
crazy. I don't know how to.
Those are some soft eyes.
Yeah,
They're
what?
just big. Like
Where did you find these pictures at, man? I've never seen.
I'm not gonna lie.
kid
This one is
before.
not hard. Y'all give up?
Yes, I give up.
yeah,
This
I
is
give
Donovan Mitchell.
I would have never.
Look at
got
that grin. You don't see it.
No.
Yeah, I see it with the nose for sure. I see it. I think it's because like
He got that discoloration on the pictures.
exactly,
Deep fried.
exactly, it's distorted as hell.
I need digital pictures.
Nah, listen, we're back in the physical media days.
Damn, that was a great one.
All right, next player.
Good job.
Who is this kid?
Oh,
Why does it look like a mugshot? If
You know
if this is not Kareem, I'm gonna be upset.
Get ready to be upset. I'm lying. This is Kareem.
there we
Abdul-Jabbar.
go. I knew it. I knew it.
I
I
need
knew
one.
it. Finally,
I need
you got
one.
it.
Kareem.
You got it. Good shit.
Yep, I
Good
cropped
shit.
it. It's a picture of him on like a high school basketball team, or I think
Yeah.
it might be middle school because all the kids are just like 5'2" white kids. And then you see Kareem, he like 6'3" in 8th grade. It's hilarious.
That is hilarious, bro.
All right, next player. Who is this kid?
Could this be Kyle Guy? I don't know, bro.
Kyle
God, God, what a pull.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jimmer Fredette?
This Jason Williams?
That's a good guess, but it's not Jason Williams.
Could this be, I don't know, Kevin Herter?
Could
Nah.
be. It's not.
Damn, who is
All
this
right.
kid?
We have to go down the Rolodex of white people we know.
All right. It's limited, so it should be easy. Gordon Hayward.
Incorrect.
Damn. Give me another name.
I don't know the white
Sam
people
Merrill.
like that.
Incorrect.
Damn.
You know the whites a lot more than I
Walker
do.
Kessler.
No.
Damn.
Are they current?
They are.
Kelly Olynyk.
It's just like the most famous white man in the NBA, and I'm ashamed you get so many names. It's Luka Doncic.
Oh, damn.
You went to Sam Merrill before you went to Luka Doncic?
Yeah, we just talked about him.
Kyle Guy?
Fresh on the top of the head. Damn. That's tough.
I thought this would be a layup.
Yeah, that should have been. I've been on a
like
cold
Luka.
streak. I ain't gonna lie. Maybe I'm not
Yeah,
him.
you fell off.
I'm getting kind of nervous.
The lights. Turn off the lights.
Turn off the lights. Turn off the lights.
You're too bright. I got one more. Who is this last baby?
I gotta get this one.
Oh, I guess this is the last one. Oh, no, there it is. Who is this baby?
This is tough.
I'm set up for
This
failure.
is an old school baby for sure, though. This player doesn't play anymore, right?
He does play.
He does play.
I need-
Damn.
I need help. I need help. Does anybody have an idea?
Maybe you want to throw a name out there in the crowd?
Yeah.
Just not
Oh
Kyle
my
Kuzma.
goodness.
Not Jalen Brunson either. Not Brogdon
That's
either.
a great guess.
That is a good guess.
That is a very good guess, actually. Damn, fuck knows I did.
Oh, nah. Could it be Grant Williams?
That's a better guess. You're getting hot. Keep along that visual of players that look kind of like Grant Williams.
Players who look like.
Never mind. Let me not leave you straight. My bad.
I was
My
about
bad.
to say. Oh,
My bad.
Nah, your hints trick people.
Yeah.
You're right. I didn't want to put you on the wrong path. Definitely not Zach LaVine.
Okay. Damn.
I'm cooked.
This is Giannis Antetokounmpo.
What does Grant Williams have to do with Giannis?
So I said, never mind. I misspoke.
Good God,
I'm like, my
man.
bad. They
You're
look
going
alike.
against
This
us.
is why.
Oh, that's
I
tough.
quickly corrected myself.
Yeah. Yeah. I would have never guessed that. I should have, but it's just too hard with this.
Yeah, listen.
All right.
Some of them were easy. Some of them were not. We live to guess another day.
I'm awful at this game.
I think we
Yeah,
did
you just-
an okay
the
job.
last like 2 or 3 times we've done this, I don't think I've gotten more than 2.
Yeah, you've been looking like Ben Simmons in a 3-point shootout out here.
It's
Damn.
awful.
Well, that's why I'm here, bro. Shit.
Anyway, that's the end of that segment.
Thank you.
TU3 staple. We do it every now and then. Next thing we do is also TU3 staple. We're going to grade some NBA jerseys.
Let's go.
But this time we got a twist on it. Like I said, we're here for All-Star Weekend. Y'all are here, probably going to see some All-Star festivities. We're going to grade some NBA All-Star jerseys over the years. Because I'm not going to lie, I know you were particularly opinionated on them. But some of them, as of late especially, have been fucking awful.
Oh, wait.
Let's talk about it.
Awful?
Yeah, let's talk
Awful?
about it. Let's talk about it.
Wow.
So again, I'm going to show you from over the years, some throwbacks, some recent ones, a nice little mixture of mid to good. And, well, I said mid to good, some ass to good. A nice variety of quality. Real simple. Let's grade these NBA All-Star jerseys. First off, this year's navy blue ones.
This is hard. This is hard.
This is a
I'm
rare,
putting
rare
this like
W.
A,
This is
I'm
good.
putting this at like a A. I don't know if it's S. If
With
it's
no S in
S,
this.
that's only. Oh, you're right.
We're grading.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This is the A.
I'm going
This is
easy A.
This
Anytime
is
you
A.
replace white with cream in a jersey with some like warm colors, it's hard. I would wear this.
Yeah, and the red ones as well. Hard.
Yeah,
as
the maroon
hell.
ones. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Rare W from Nike, who frequently misses with All-Star jerseys.
Hold on. You look like you disagree.
Not an A. It's not.
Ah,
It's
you
not.
hater.
It's not an A.
Hated
It's
to your
not.
bone.
It's not an A. It's a B plus. I like the pinstripes. I like the color. Something about it just feels. And I think a lot of these All-Star jerseys kind of feel plain, but this one feels a little bit more plain. So I'm gonna give it a B plus though.
All right, fair
It's
enough.
close. It's close.
Listen, when you add the Donovan hater tax, a B plus is basically an A plus. So that's fine.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Tax rate like
Tough
California.
critic.
Goddamn. What we here?
This man thinks it's California. All right, next up. The 1996 ones from the Spurs.
This is nice. It's a lot
They're
going
cool.
on.
They're cool. I think if you went to a frat party, these would be an A plus.
Oh, this would be a pull.
These go platinum at frat parties.
Yeah.
But like on the regular, probably like a B plus is probably good.
I feel like y'all are insane. I feel like this is an A plus. I think this is the greatest one of all time. I thought.
I don't know about greatest one of all time.
Of all time?
I think it's
I feel like it's easily number one. This is hard as fuck. The colors, like this whole retro style, age perfectly to today's styles. Like I love this.
It's just bright. You like it.
Correct.
there's just a little bit too much going on for me. There's like a heart, and in that heart, there's like, is that a heart? This is too much. This is too much.
You can't even tell the visual clutter.
Yeah, exactly. So I want to give this a B. It's not bad because I've seen so much worse.
Yeah.
Is it a
But-
Six Flags jersey? Yes. Is it hard nonetheless? Also yes.
You know what it sounds like?
What?
This dude had one of these jerseys growing up. You cannot fool me. I know you to the bone. You have these probably hanging up somewhere in your wall.
I grew up in Texas. I wasn't far. It was adjacent.
Gross, bro.
Was I born in 1996? No. Still there in spirit.
He got one.
I wish. All right, next one. The ones from a couple years ago when they were in Utah.
Ass.
You know the rules. You know
Capital
the rules.
ASS.
You know the
Jeez.
rules. You know the rules. Gradient equals an F. These suck. These are awful. I think like when we saw these, this is what made people say we need to go back to just letting them wear their regular jerseys in the All-Star game.
Which, to be fair, is a horrible alternative. But this is so bad, people were like, "Give me 12 different jerseys. I don't care." This is in the upper pantheon of worst jerseys of all time. I'm gonna go F.
You can't even read the All-Star because it's white and it like blends into the yellow. It's too much.
I mean, I get it. Like, shout out to Utah. This is one of their alternate jerseys, but at the same time, it's
no shout out to you. To
damn.
Utah.
Under no circumstances do we need to shout out Utah.
The Mormons are coming for you, my boy.
F. All right, next one. What year is this? I don't know. Throwback Michael Jordan and Kobe in the same All-Star team.
I think it's 03.
2003.
The picture's cool. The jersey itself, kind of basic.
Yeah, this is a solid B. Let's go C+. It's just like quintessential NBA jersey, right?
Yeah.
It's just regular.
I'll go B. I think B is a fair way to go. They didn't do anything too crazy. Very simple, standard. You can't go wrong with it. It's not like, oh my God, hideous. But at the same time, it's not like, oh my God, one of the best jerseys of all time. It's passable.
It's standard.
Yeah.
All right, real simple. Nice C, B range.
It's a 2K generated All-Star jersey.
Very true.
Yeah.
It's just, like you're buying a just like unbranded non-team jersey, just NBA.
Yeah.
Like I'm putting on for the league. The Adam Silver's team.
Exactly. If I like this picture right here, you could finesse me into talking about an A, but if I see like someone like Jermaine O'Neal wearing this, I'm gonna be like, oh, this bitch is a C.
The aura of this picture is an A, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, regular jersey.
Yeah.
All right, next up, we have, what year is this next one? Picture's not changing. We got a little freezing situation going
Technical
on.
difficulties.
Okay, next up, we have the indie-based ones from a couple years ago.
Again, ass.
Woo!
Trash.
I don't think these are that bad. On TV, these looked awesome.
I'm not gonna lie. I hated these whenever they came out. These are cool.
On person, it looks so much better.
These are cool. These are fire. You're hating.
You look disgusted.
Are you
You're
guys
actually
saying just kidding? Haha, I'm waiting for that.
I'm fucking serious. And the blue ones too, these are hard. I'm gonna go B.
These are Paw Patrol type jerseys. This
Oh
is
my
the type of jersey. This looks like it's supposed to be a fucking onesie. This is gross. This was like one of my little brother wore this when he was like 4 years old. Are you kidding
onesie?
me? Where is that random red stripe going, bro? Like, we get it in Indiana. I guess NASCAR is a big thing
you don't
here,
respect
but
the
at
Indy
the same
500?
time, Indy 500 is dope, but this is
wrong
basketball.
Clearly not to you.
I don't want to see Steph Curry wearing these.
I
Giannis
love
don't
seeing
need to be
Steph Curry
wearing
wearing these. He looked awesome.
So
Steph Curry was breaking records in this jersey.
Shooting
Have
half
some
court.
respect.
we're talking
Honestly,
about
go
the
to hell.
jersey.
This is an A.
You're saying A.
I'm going A.
Oh,
I'm
y'all
going
are
A.
just-
I just added. I gotta balance out your hate. I'm going A.
I'm going A.
Wow, I want to put this at an F.
Oh, you're ridiculous. Jesus Christ.
That's dumb.
No,
That's dumb.
this is absolutely.
Oh, we gotta
disgusting.
move on.
That's
You're out of
dumb.
your mind.
This is gross.
You're done,
Next
buddy.
one. You're
Next
crazy.
one. I'm done with you.
Put the
guys.
mic down.
Yeah, you're disqualified. You gotta sit one out. All right, next up, the Toronto jerseys. Standard, but clean.
Was this the Kobe's last All-Star game?
Yeah,
Fuck if I know.
it was.
I might have to give this an A too. Off of that, I'm gonna have to give this an A. These are not bad at all. These are not bad, but they're not like elite. It's kind of odd to see Curry with like hella red jersey and like seeing that weird gap in between it. It's weird, but
The jersey itself is cool. The uniform,
The shorts suck, right?
the shorts
Yeah,
suck.
the shorts
Ass.
suck.
Right, but the jersey itself is fire. So if we're just rating those, I'm giving it an A.
I'll give it a B. The shorts are way down a little bit, but the jersey's cool. It's minimalism in a good way.
yeah, we're rating jerseys, so let's be consistent. This should be an A.
But be real, if Nike made this year, you'd be like, F, they're so boring. Bring back design.
No, are you kidding me?
No.
Nah, we have some minimalism haters up here.
Nah, I like minimalism.
'Cause
It's hard.
they've gone too far. Embrace tradition.
Reject modernity.
Yeah.
All right, I'll give it a good B. Next up, we got, which one is this next? Was that the last one? Oh, no, okay. We have the sleeve jerseys from New Orleans.
These suck. These suck. Sleeve jerseys are
Honestly,
are
you don't
terrible.
got to say any words. F.
Cool. Yeah. F.
Shit, I guess I woke up on the wrong side of bed because this is kind of hard to me, man.
Oh my
my
God.
We saw
God.
Kyrie Irving
Boo
and
this
LeBron
man.
hoop together for the first time in these jerseys, bro.
Boo.
Listen,
Throw more
y'all,
crayons.
y'all don't see the vision with these jerseys.
No, I see the vision, but that goes out the window whenever you put sleeves on them.
That's why I have to lean your way. I was just giving you a little bit pushback because the color scheme is not that bad. If it was just regular jerseys, then this would like obviously be a B.
You ever played Blitz the League 2, the football game? They have made up teams.
That's a very deep cut. I've never played that
Yeah,
game.
they have made up
That's
teams
crazy.
that are like the San Francisco Dragons. That's the type of shit they'd be wearing.
Damn.
These color combinations are absurd. These are nerf or nothing jerseys.
On
I
some
guess I need to
XFL
tap
stuff?
in with that game because I enjoyed this shit.
I've seen my team jerseys look better than this.
Whatever, you're wrong. These suck. It's an F.
Anything with an F is automatic. Anything with sleeves is automatic F.
I would give this a D. But
even the design, that big ass W, like it just doesn't look good.
It's weird.
We need to burn this era of NBA history. Destroy the tapes. Remove it from the history books.
It never existed.
No, I wish it didn't. I feel so much vitriol every time I see a sleeve jersey.
Damn.
I just have true hate in my heart. I feel the way he feels when he sees the Clippers.
So you just see it and it just ruins your day immediately? Like, oh, fuck.
Probably by a week.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right, I guess so.
Next up, we have the ones from 2 years ago.
These are bad.
What?
These are
the worst ones in NBA history.
These are bad.
Oh my God, who am I sitting with right now?
Why are these good? Why do you think they're good?
They're creative.
In
They fill
how?
up space very well. It's not like cluttered at all. Everything's
It's
placed
very
nicely.
cluttered.
This is the antithesis of creativity. Just a fat ass logo in the middle
With some
Horrible
polka dots?
placement. Nobody's ever done and nobody ever will do again.
With some
And then
polka dots on
fat
the side?
Ugh.
Oh yeah, you're right about the polka dots. They're
Come
kind
on.
of nasty.
It is
But
the
I'm
big
not letting that
all-star?
sway me though.
You should. They're bad.
It's not swaying. It's a good reason.
Nah, it's hard. I think it's hard.
All right, whatever.
The only thing
We
that kind of
can't- we
rubs you the
honestly
wrong way
can't
is that
trust your
big
opinion
ass
on this.
Jerry West logo. That's like, all
You
right.
get your
like,
vision check. You got CTE vision. This is crazy. I'm giving this an F.
I think this is a solid like C. It's not
CTE's
trash.
All right, next up, we had the Phoenix ones that are purple.
Oh, now we're cooking over here. This is
You
a
are
A.
purple. You're
Yeah. No, this is hard. Look at the cat. Yo,
These are hard, though.
Lips is
These are
crazy.
No, this is hard.
Yeah.
This is an easy A.
I think these might be the best ones in NBA history.
Probably.
You're probably right. Yeah, these are probably better than the Spurs ones.
Yeah.
That cactus. I just love this pop art style. It just aged so well.
I agree. Yeah, like seeing that cactus in the middle along with like All-Star, it just feels so right and so smooth. And I feel like I've seen this jersey just a little bit before. Looks like a Toronto Raptors jersey from the past. All that stuff. It's fire.
We should bring back having the city inspiration on the jerseys.
I agree.
That's what they try to do with the Indiana one.
And the Utah Jazz.
And I fuck with it.
Do you want them to put a race car on the jersey?
Low-key, the stripes on the side would be kind of clean.
All right.
Are we cooking?
I think.
No.
Are we doing something?
Should Nike hire us?
I think so.
Are we perfect?
God, you guys are terrible.
All right, next up, we have this one with the diagonal text.
I have no words for this.
I'm gonna give it a C because Loki. It feels like this could be made into an actual jersey. I feel like a team would actually try this design.
Yeah, they did. This is a Clippers jersey.
That's right. But I told you the Clippers Loki had some
You're
heat back in the
being
day.
The only thing that can defeat your Clippers hate is your 2000s love for nostalgia.
No, this isn't bad.
This is
isn't
awful.
bad.
Anything that resembles Clippers branding
not
is an
terrible.
automatic F. I hate this. I look at this and I just see Elton Brand immediately. I almost said Elton Davis. I'm doing the names together. Yeah, I look at this. I see Chris Kaman. I don't know.
If I see this
Underrated,
jersey,
by the way.
put it on my body,
Not my All-Star game.
I might have to start breakdancing. That's what this gives. Those are the vibes that it gives me. Yeah, it's cool, but I think this is like a solid C.
Yeah, I can see somebody putting this jersey on backwards and just hitting a mean spin on their head.
Absolutely, bro. Just breaking it down for
Looking
sure.
like Chris Brown and Stomp the Yard. All right, F tier.
For
Next
sure.
up, we have, what's the next one we got one of? I think I have a few more in here. Or is this the last one? It might be the
Could
last
this
one.
be the last?
It appears it's the last one. Dude, we went through a bunch of those. I didn't even realize.
Maybe if Kobe was in those, then I would have been like, that's a B. But I guess just a player selection.
You're looking at a picture of Ray Allen?
Yeah, or sways me. Not gonna lie.
All right, man. Next thing we're going to do, Donovan, I think we have some Jason Tatum discourse to talk about.
Let's do it. We're gonna talk about right. We're talking about stars getting traded. We're gonna talk about packages that you guys would take or not take for Jason Tatum. So
A nice game we like to call deal or no deal.
yeah. All right, I'm trying.
Yeah.
I know. I'm trying not to mess up the hook in person. It's crazy.
Yeah, we've been called Celtics haters recently because apparently we never give Jason Tatum his due. So today we're gonna talk about some trade packages around the guy and see how we gauge his value.
Yeah. All right. Let's play deal no deal. Jason Tatum edition.
Okay.
All right. Would you guys trade Jason Tatum for Jimmy Butler and Jaime Jaquez?
No, give me Jason
Hell
Tatum. Keeping
no.
Jason Tatum. Jimmy Butler is old. He's great right now. Not sure how many more years that's going to be a thing. I don't think Jaime has like a star ceiling. I'm picking Jason Tatum without any hesitation.
Yeah, no, picking Jaime Jaquez and Jimmy Butler over Jason Tatum is just straight up disgusting hate. I wouldn't do it even on my worst night, bro. But
But
keeping
Jimmy
Tatum.
Butler has terrorized the Celtics, so why not get him on their team so they won't be terrorized anymore?
Because
You eliminate the problem.
35 years old is looming.
Tough.
It's around the corner. I don't know how many more years Jimmy Bucket's got when he's going to just will his way to the finals every year.
Tough, yeah. And Jason Tatum got a cool 10 years of pure greatness ahead of him, bro.
All right.
I'm leaning Tatum.
Give me the power of youth.
All right.
And Jaime Hawkins is damn near the same age as Jason Tatum.
Oh, that is true.
Damn, that is true. I forgot about that.
Right, is up there.
All right. Would you trade Jason Tatum for Paolo Banchero and a first-round pick?
Ooh. Paolo Banchero's ceiling is one day he can be like a top 10 player.
Jason Tatum is that.
He's
exactly.
that with some room to spare. Like he's pushing top 5 rather than top 10. I don't know why we would go for a player that is just like a person we hope can be a Jason Tatum one day.
Now hold on, co-GM. What if we got offered 2 or 3 more picks? What if I was able to swindle him to that? Do we want to agree?
Man,
and be
fuck them picks.
Nah.
Give me Jason
It's
Tatum.
Orlando Magic. They're going to be good regardless. Yeah, you're blocked.
I don't
buddy.
care about those picks.
Yeah, we don't
Okay.
If
care.
they get Jason Tatum, they're going to be good. Those picks are going to suck.
Yeah, I'm keeping Jason for sure.
All right. Tell me if this package moves you. De'Aaron Fox, Keegan Murray, and a first-round pick.
Whew, you give me a lot. You give me a lot. Do you think Keegan Murray's going to be a star?
Hell no, he'll be a star in his role, but
Okay.
not a star in general. But he's a very valuable player.
Do you think
I
De'Aaron
like
Fox
him.
is a top 10 player?
No.
We're keeping Jason Tatum for the 3rd time in a row.
Okay.
We're rolling with the Celtics today. Inexplicably, I'm keeping Jason Tatum. No deal.
Yeah, but the first round pick is kind of interesting, and you fix the redundancy issues that the Celtics have had over the last few years. But with that being
By
said,
making Jaylen Brown the guy?
no, De'Aaron Fox would be the guy. But with De'Aaron Fox being a guy, does that really take you far? Could that take you as far as Jason Tatum could take you? I
Nope.
don't necessarily think so because it's different levels to this shit. And I don't think De'Aaron Fox has that level. So
All right.
I think you've been
I'm
blocked.
dying to hate on Jason Tatum, and you're not throwing me the lob.
Listen, I didn't think you respected him this much, to be honest. I honestly thought you were going to give him up for one of these. But Jason Tatum for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Straight up.
Straight
Now
up.
we are
I'm
cooking.
taking this in a heartbeat.
Straight up.
You're taking Shai?
Heartbeat. Not even close.
I
Not
think
even
it's
close.
close.
Crazy,
It's
but-
close. It's definitely close. I don't know. Explain why you go Shai.
I'm going Shai because I've seen leaps in his game that I haven't seen just yet with Jason Tatum, and that could be a little bit of not Tatum's fault, but he's in one of those too good, too fast situations. But I'm more confident in Shai. I've seen his game develop and evolve. It's a little bit younger, really not that much, but he dresses better, bro. He gave me brand deals.
Or
Go ahead.
Or here we go.
There it is.
Listen,
so I'm taking
I was
Shai.
going to say Jason Tatum made the conference finals at 19. He made the finals at 25. He
But-
made the conference finals again at 26.
Did Tatum have a Skims deal?
Fair enough. Listen,
Hell no.
you can't facts with facts. Give me Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
We did it.
All right. Jason
brother,
Tatum is traded.
We are accepting
Oro
that deal.
wins.
One last trade package. Jason Tatum for Kevin Durant and one first-round pick.
Why would I want a player worse than Tatum?
I don't know.
Don't give me old Tatum?
That's why you get the first-round pick.
The old Tatum that can't get to the rim?
Now we can't
That hasn't
act
had a
like
successful playoff run since he
we
left Steph
can't
Curry's
act
side?
like there's like a huge gap between those two guys.
There's
They're
not, but one's
very
10
much
years
in the-
younger.
Yeah, there's not, and it depends
If I
on
made
like
it 2 first-round picks, does that
how
move
soon
you?
you
How many
wanna win.
first-round picks would it take to attach to Kevin Durant before you trade Jason Tatum for him?
All of them?
what? All of them?
Kevin
Wow.
Durant is 35. Jason Tatum is 28.
Three
Isn't he even 28 yet?
first-round picks in Kevin Durant.
I'm just like very much like not giving a
4
shit.
first-round picks in Kevin Durant.
Keep going.
Now those Celtics picks don't mean
Do you need
anything
5
to
first-round
me.
picks in Kevin
Nah,
Durant?
I don't know. I'm sure. I guess that's fine. Are you going to win a title with Kevin Durant and Jaylen Brown as your star duo rather than Tatum and Brown? Does that make that
what
move
about
you?
Derek White? He was almost an all-star.
Are you better if you get Kevin Durant? A little bit, but like how much better?
I'd rather keep Tatum on my team at that point in time because KD doesn't like solve any issues that Jason Tatum currently has.
Yeah, it's a marginal upgrade. He's better. I was joking. Kevin Durant's a little bit better still, but not enough to offset the huge age difference.
All right. Last one. Tatum for Anthony Edwards in a first-round pick.
Oh, I don't think I've seen the leap that I haven't seen the Anthony Edwards leap just yet that a lot of people like thought was going to happen this year. So I might decline that because I know Tatum, he's going to be a top 10 player in this league for like the next 10 years. And Anthony Edwards is not that just yet. Top 20 for sure. But top 10 is a whole nother conversation. Could it happen? For sure. But I could get swayed into it if you
I
give me
can't
like
believe you got me
2 or
defending
3
Tatum this
picks.
much. Everybody wants to crown these young guards because we hope they can make a leap to beat Tatum. Tatum's already Tatum. Like he's already the benchmark for a good young scorer. I don't know why I'd get rid of him for a guy that's not like a Luka Doncic.
Damn, bro.
That's all I got for you.
You're basically
that's all I got.
bleeding green right now. That's what it's telling me.
Fucking yuck. Take those words back.
You're Mr. Boston over here. I
Oh
love
my
to see
God.
it.
Jesus Christ.
You can't wipe this.
Listen, I gave people what they wanted. They wanted Tatum Love. They got it.
Okay.
But I'm not by my own volition.
That was good. I like those trades, though.
We
Tatum
got
is
one
solid.
more video before we get out of here, before we finish it. One more segment. We did a lot of videos over the past where we name NBA teams' greatest players of all time. We've done their most talented players versus the greatest. We've done their best jerseys of all time, stuff like that. We're going to mix it up. We're going to talk about every NBA team's greatest scorers of all time.
Okay.
Just
That is
scores.
tough.
So I got like 8 teams here. We got to talk about who's their greatest scorer in franchise history.
Okay.
And some of these will be obvious, I think. Some will not be. There's going to be some strong debates. So real simple. Who is this NBA team's greatest scorer of all time? First off, the Lakers.
This is Kobe Bryant.
Yeah,
and
I think
it's not a question.
Is Shaq's not a question?
I knew you were gonna go there. when we
Here we
come
go.
to this conversation, I don't listen. If you don't have the bag that Kobe Bryant has,
Oh my gosh.
don't talk to me about being the greatest scorer of all time. It's Kobe Bryant, and we shouldn't have a conversation.
See, that's where you lose me in that conversation. I don't give a fuck about the bag. I think about like the bag obviously helps. It's nicer to look at, but think about like the longevity, how long he did it, how consistent he was able to do playing at a high level for 16, 17 years.
So Kobe scoring 36 in the season doesn't matter to you?
No, of course it matters.
He's
I'm leaning
defending
Kobe. I'm leaning Kobe, but yeah.
All right,
let's keep Kobe.
so on the same side. You don't have to
Yeah,
say
we're on
anything.
the same side for sure.
I guess I'll go stoned to death if I go Shaq. So we're going Kobe.
Yeah, easy.
Thank
You won't get stoned by me. I'll throw like a couple pebbles your way,
Pebbles? You
though.
throw crayons at me?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, next up. The San Antonio Spurs.
This is
Man.
tough.
We got a David Robinson. Got George Gervin, throw it back, 30-point per game scorer. We got that 1 year prime Kawhi
1 year prime Kawhi.
before he said fuck this team.
Tim Duncan should be in that conversation
No, he
for sure.
He shouldn't.
No, he shouldn't.
He shouldn't.
Really?
As
For
greatest
best
scorer? No.
Over George
Wow.
Gervin? No.
Well,
No.
he should be mentioned, and he was just
He
mentioned.
really
Well, there you
should.
go. He was mentioned to say fuck no.
I think I might go George Gervin.
No David Robinson love?
Nah.
Why would you lean George Gervin?
You tell me David Robinson's fake 70 points to win the scoring title doesn't move you?
Exactly. That's
70 points is
that's the exact reason why I'm going with George Gervin.
Yeah. That's fair. George Gervin's one of the best scorers of all time. Walking 30-point game. One of the more underrated players of all time that people don't think about. I'm cool with that.
I'm fine with that too. Let's do it with the Iceman.
Okay. The Golden State Warriors.
This is Steph Curry.
Not
Oh.
Kevin Durant.
No Will
Steph is-
Chamberlain? Not
Steph-
the 100-point game? He was a warrior.
First of all, you know how I feel about Will. Two, Steph Curry was better, is better, and has always been better, and he's the better scorer than Kevin Durant.
Woo.
Damn.
Hot take.
A lot of people not going to like that, man.
I don't
Yeah, I
care.
mean, it's probably Will Chamberlain to be real, but I
No.
won't be the one to take down Steph Curry if you want to give it to him.
Yeah, no, I'm not leaning Wilt at all. That was a joke. I'm definitely leaning Steph Curry. The gravity is insane. Quite literally changed the game of basketball. There's only been like a handful of those guys, 4 or 5 of those guys, and Curry is one of those guys. So
Yeah. Definitely
Easy.
more impactful scorer than KD if we're talking about, team construction and how your scoring helps other people. We can go Curry.
Steph was averaging 30 and not playing the fourth quarter. Like it's a different
What a
level.
ridiculous fucking season.
he influenced and he
crazy.
changed the way every single team plays basketball. Kevin Durant did not do that. All he's done is put ideas into delusional GM's head. I see Bruno Caboclo. You can turn into my next KD. Never happens with Steph.
He got Kevin Knox drafted.
Tough.
All right, next up, the Dallas Mavericks. Keep in mind, just score, not player.
We're going.
I'd be willing to jump that.
You know where we have to go.
I want to go Luka.
Exactly. Yeah.
I assume
we have to go Luka.
And he hasn't.
No JJ Barea.
My bad.
Have some fucking manners.
I'm gonna respect my elders next time. But it's Luka's time. He just scored 73 points in a game. Like what he is able to do at all 3 levels and the efficiency, it's amazing, right? And even as good as Dirk was, the level of scoring that Luka can get to on any given night is the ceiling is much higher with him than it was with Dirk.
How he
Yeah.
finishes at the rim, how efficient he's been as a 3-point shooter with the depth in those threes and also the versatility in how he's getting those threes off. It's next level to me.
He shoots 38% from 3 on 10 threes a game and shoots the same percentage at the rim as prime LeBron James. He's so clearly the best scorer of his generation. And listen, shout out Dirk. You got them the ring. You're the best player in franchise history. You can't score with Luka Doncic
You can't.
or JJ Barea. Call a
Yeah,
spade a
it's
spade.
Luka. It's Luka for sure.
Next up, the Houston Rockets.
We have to give this to James Harden. It's
No T-Mac love?
Wow, no Hakeem? Your brother?
listen.
Your brother?
You love that man.
I do love Hakeem. He's not the scorer that James Harden was. Like you just
Not many guys are.
you have to. James Harden was scoring 37, 38 points a night, and we were like, it's whatever. Like, yeah, just ho hum. Now, I didn't like the way he got those 37, but he got them. Yeah. Right.
Unethical buckets are buckets nonetheless. It's got to be James Harden.
Exactly.
Yeah. One of those guys who, again, helped change, influence the way the basketball is being played. Not to the degree of Steph, obviously, but in terms of the heliocentric style basketball and just one guy there, get me buckets. And when you foul, hit, like, exaggerate, act a little, act a lot.
I was going to say, does playoff Harden make you reconsider that? But not like playoff T-Mac is some legend, so we'll give it to Harden.
Exactly.
The New York Knicks.
Okay, so this is either Carmelo or it's Bernard King.
Listen, every time we talk about the Knicks, you want to throw Carmelo's name in there so bad. And we're like, no, it's Ewing. No, it's Paul Frazier. This is the conversation where you can give Carmelo love. I'm fine with that. We can go with Carmelo Matthew for the best scorer.
I'm so happy you said that. It's Carmelo. I was trying to be respectful to Bernard.
You're trying to soft
Carmelo.
it.
Yeah, it's Carmelo.
Okay. I'm down with that. I can't even argue with you. You might just slap me on this stage. Carmelo, bro.
We didn't pick him in the podcasters draft. He's a podcast now.
Oh,
I did forget.
He slept on Melo.
Wow.
Damn, bro.
That's crazy.
I picked Paul Pierce over Carmelo Anthony.
You were not thinking like me, man.
Tough. The Toronto Raptors. Do we go the sample size of DeMar DeRozan or Vince Carter, or the 1 year of Kawhi Leonard where he was unstoppable?
So
you can't do that for a team's GOAT. You can't do 1 year.
Yeah, 1 year is kind of disrespectful.
Who's gonna stop me?
I will physically.
Damn.
No, I'm going Vince Carter.
Over DeMar?
I don't think you can do that.
Why? Over DeMar?
Yeah, Vince Carter doesn't have the longevity there. He was there for like what,
4 years?
4 or 5 years.
DeMar had 1 year where he was like legitimately a great scorer. Where he's averaging like 27. Vince had multiple years like that, and so if we're going like obviously he didn't play as long there, but he is the better scorer.
DeMar was getting carried by Kyle Lowry, who's always a better player. Give me Vince Carter.
Wow, that's crazy.
It's not. Kyle Lowry is always better.
Wow. So you're going
this
Vince Carter?
Vince Carter. Ridiculous. That's always been true. That was always a debate. That was always a thing that people who knew ball said.
I think you could sway me into that if Vince was able to stay on the Raptors for the entirety or like 9 seasons of his career. Then I could see that happening. But I personally would lean DeMar just to give him that respect.
Okay. Last one. Think about this one carefully because this is a star-studded debate. The Brooklyn Nets.
Star-studded? Who is
Julius Erving, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, Vince Carter?
Fucking Brook Lopez may be at the top of that list when it comes to like total points.
I think he's our leading scorer.
Brook is like good, but goddamn.
Are you going Brook Lopez?
No, we're not. we should go Kevin Durant.
Over Julius Erving?
I think so.
That is disgusting,
I think
bro.
so.
Well, Kevin Durant had some good years there.
Do you know who's number 2 all time?
Let me think.
Is it Drazen?
Darren Williams?
Buck Williams.
Who?
He never averaged over 20 points
That's
ever.
terrible. That's terrible.
Okay, poverty franchise, but those few years of Kevin Durant, they weren't successful. But man, was he scoring that basketball? We got to go Kevin Durant.
Yeah, this is one of those situations where it's like longevity don't matter, brother. Give me KD.
He had like a year and a half there where
Kyrie.
he had like fucking 120 games where he was healthy over 3 years. 30 points a night.
Yeah. And that's all you need for the Nets.
Yeah. In a scoring conversation, Nets GOAT.
Yeah, man. I might throw in Lonnie Walker in that conversation too.
Who'd you just say?
Lonnie Walker.
Oh my God. Listen, Cam Thomas has scored 30 several times this season.
God, that's tough.
Does not move me.
Oh my God.
Does not move me.
Well, y'all, that's the last segment we have. I believe that's the end of the show. So people are still watching on YouTube. What should they comment?
You got that.
Ooh.
Somebody in the crowd, yell out what people should comment if they're still here. Yell anything. Silence. Nice. Good. Yell out. Comment silence if you're still here.
That is hilarious, bro.
Yeah, man. That's the end of the episode. We're here. All-Star Weekend show. Wrapped up. How y'all feeling?
I'm feeling great. Good show, my sir.
Good day, sir.
Good show, my sir. And to you guys,
woo,
Brown Eaters, thank you so much.
We're done.
Here we are.